They pop crowd. They pop corn. They pop culture. It's the Low Down.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the latest installment of the Low Down Popcast. I am the voice of PCW and the voice of Demons Football and 1/3 ownership of Palmetto Championship Wrestling, Elliot Popston. And to my right is the founder and third of ownership of the hottest wrestling promotion in the Mid-Atlantic and PCW. He's the owner agent of Flyer Float Travel, where you can book your dream getaway at flyerfloattravel.com. He's curator of Spirits with Shane, can sell ice to an Eskimo, New York's greatest export, Shane Dorr.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, welcome to Tuesday night.
Cut me off. You doing all right, man?
Yeah, man. Doing pretty good right now. Got a little coconut in this drink you made. Pretty good.
Coconut what?
Is there not coconut in there?
No.
Well,
You think Jonathan would be drinking it? That had coconut in it?
it's got that flavor. Speaking of Jonathan, to our left is 7-time fantasy football champion, podcast enthusiast, soon to be Jeff Jarrett's favorite podcaster.
He great. Ooh.
Just like his favorite wrestler, he's been on to outwork everyone.
That's Jeff Jarrett too.
With his self-proclaimed hottest Funko Pop collection, not your average wrestling mark, and third ownership with PCW.
It's showtime, folks.
Handbook Jonathan Winberg.
It's not gonna go away.
I was not expecting that. Oh my God.
Welcome.
You all right over there?
That was awesome. We must keep that
It's there.
saved.
And Jonathan, you had
Did
a
you
good
hear the
week?
story last week? No. Oh, okay. We'll have to go back. The nickname's definitely there.
Yes.
It's to stay.
Never going anywhere.
Thanks to Shane.
You're welcome.
And y'all hear us every week.
No, wait. Thanks to you. You said it in the ring.
It's
It was
true.
not meant to stick
It's
around.
damn true.
Y'all hear us say this every week.
The three best friends that anyone can have, and we'll never, ever, 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 ever leave each other.
We're three best friends, and joining us tonight is
Our.
PCW
Hey, there we go.
GM and head trainer of the Palmetto Wrestling Academy. I know. Sorry, you're gonna be upset. Ethan Case.
Hey, that's me. Dude, you'd be amazed how many shows I've been to and like they don't have the intro cut out to that and it'll start at the beginning and it plays for a minute. It's
great.
24 seconds.
Yeah,
It's not where I was
There's
thought you were
something
going
about
with that.
There's something about that song with Ethan Case. I don't know what it is.
Well-
it's like synonymous, man.
last time Ethan was here, we made a comment. You know, we're the three best friends.
Yes.
And then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then
And there
we're
you
gonna
are.
give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, oh, Doug, 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 Doug.
I got the last part. I know you're waiting on it.
I was ready. Crystal meth tweakers.
We're just luck.
That's right.
Welcome to the show, Ethan.
Oh God, that's funny.
Starting off with a bang.
Oh,
But man, it's show week.
it is show week.
It is.
It's been a month.
It has been a month, and it's kind of going by pretty fast. In my opinion, it's it's crept up on us.
We do have another guest in the studio with us.
We do. We have another guest with us.
And in my rear. Oh wait,
With a tear in my eye.
to my rear.
In your rear.
Well, you know, yeah, no.
Oh God!
Ethan's red.
It's showtime.
Dude, all the sound bites.
Oh God!
Poor Ty. He's like, bro, what?
Ty just became a weekly guest off of an intro.
Yeah, well,
I'm done. Well, Ty was sitting here. Let's start there.
join us tonight. And he's actually got a match this week at, Faces of the Future, May 13th at Old Armory Gymnasium, 10th West DeKalb Street. Camden VIP admission at 6, general admission 6:30, bell time at 7. And he will be facing none other than Elijah Proctor.
Man, we ain't seen him in a minute.
We haven't. Last time I saw him, he was Eli Grizzlewood.
That's a long time
That's
ago.
a long time ago.
But
The boy was 22 years old with 26 years of experience. I remember.
yeah, I remember he wore the zebra. I think it was like tie-dye zebra print pants.
Zubas.
About 50 or 60 pounds heavier.
Heavier, yeah.
He looks great. So
But we got the muscle PCW as he's been dubbed by Shane.
yeah. Muscle of the Palmetto Wrestling Academy.
Yeah, legit.
Did you like that? Did you like that, D'Angelo? Is that a good one? Perfect. That's my 1 in a million, by the way. Ask Ethan about those. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Shane gets 1 in a million. And that's a legitimate statement. There
It's
will be 999,999 more ideas before we get another good one.
This is true.
Yep.
I thought I had one the other day.
So in about 3 weeks, we'll get another good one.
Yeah, thought wrong.
Why you made that face? He thought,
It was a good idea for something. I don't remember what it was. It was there. Yeah. But literally, when I have a good idea, I literally said, that's my 1 in a million. Tell Ethan about it.
D'Angelo, welcome to the show, man. Glad to be here. Thanks for hanging out with us and everything. We got some exciting things to talk about, I'm sure. For starters, what Shane made. It's
Quite good. Let's give credit to the true curator, Jonathan Winburn.
I just saw it.
It's showtime!
Jonathan Winburn.
True. He literally sends me he shows me at work this cool little video. This guy mixing this concoction, and next thing you know, Jonathan's bringing everything that he saw in the video to the house.
Well, I just love you're like the original curator. He's like, I was just on TikTok and saw a drink.
That's all
I
I
didn't
did.
like.
Whatever.
But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody here at the table is a Star Wars fan, but if there's any listeners, the color of the drink looks like Bantha milk from Star Wars. They have it at Disney World.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I've never seen any Star Wars movie
Either.
The blue milk is what they call it.
Actually, I take that back. I watched Solo for the first time like 2 days ago. It was good.
Do you like it?
Sokoa?
Yeah. I do like him too.
He's so
Solo's
talented,
man.
bro.
Baby Umaga.
Real.
So talented.
Solo talented. Yep. So, anyway.
What
we
was in the drink? I mean, I know,
was
but you
equal
made it.
parts of blue curacao.
I don't know about equal, but
It was definitely. I measured it.
Now let's talk about measure. Hold on.
measuring isn't lifting it up and looking in
No,
the
no.
light to see if it's equal.
No. What he did was on the Solo cup, he measured the line on
Yes.
the Solo cup in the light. I was watching him.
That's
He
just,
filled out this line, but the line's curved.
I was gonna say the line is curved, so that's definitely
And
not
depending
a.
on what side of the cup it is. It's either high or low. So
Yep, that one's Jonathan's.
it's even-ish.
But it's actually quite good. So it was quote unquote equal parts of blue curacao, banana rum, and Bailey's stirred. And
I thought it was shake. Not shaking?
It was supposed to be shaking.
it was supposed to be shaken, not
Shane's
stirred,
favorite.
but I stirred it because I got that fancy shaker. But the combination of everything is very unique. I like it. One of those dangerous things. You know, it's really good when the ice melts a little bit. You know.
Yep. This one is best when it's watered down.
Man, what'd you say, Ethan? Man, this drink's good, but when that ice water's down, it's real
It's
good.
real good. I don't really drink, so
Oh, well, pass
it's
it on down.
good. But like,
You don't want it?
I can't drink it. Yeah,
Oh,
there's no way.
I'll help you. Here.
I didn't mean to pass.
I'll
that
send
out.
you the
My
invoice.
bad, dude.
No, you're good.
I know. I didn't even think about it.
I will say,
I'm gonna sit on my hands.
Ethan does. However,
Don't.
he does have a sip of what I make.
Yeah.
And then he's done with it.
Mhm.
Here you go.
I'll make sure to send Shane the
It
invoice
tastes-
for yours.
It kind of tastes like Kahlua. Like has that kind of.
It's got Bailey's in it.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Don't trust anything that looks blue and tastes orange.
However, Google says that a hippopotamus
Hippopotamus?
gives the milk of blue color. So hippopotamus milk.
Oh
That's
gosh.
very weird.
What?
Why would you even bring that up?
Well, I
What
googled what the
So
what,
hippopotamus.
I
milk is
googled
blue?
what the blue milk was called from Star Wars, and it said, "What animal produces blue milk? A hippopotamus."
Oh gosh.
Oh, the hippopotamus Christmas.
I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk
You
me?
heard that song?
You can milk anything with.
Did you say your name is Gaylord?
You can milk anything with nipples. I got nipples, Greg.
Bud says, jumping on and say, hey, Ethan, hope you're doing well, buddy.
Hello, bud.
E?
Where's all? Oh, there he
Bud
is.
E. I haven't seen him forever.
I ran into him at the store 2 weeks ago. So it's good seeing him.
Yeah.
Looks good, man. Looks real good.
That's good.
So let's jump into this weekend.
Oh yeah. We talk about.
And we can also talk about this past weekend if you want to. Some
I want
with
to talk about Ty too.
WWE Backlash and with D'Angelo with us. We need to kind of maybe jump hear your story.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll tag out with him.
And
That would
and
be
everything. But first and foremost, if you're unaware already, we have, and we've already touched on this some, but PCW Faces of presented by Northeast Well and Irrigation. Guys, you can go to pcw.ticketspice.com/Faces of the Future and get your tickets. Still have some ringside available, floor seats and general admission. Go on over there, get your tickets. And we hope to see you May 13th. Hey, and also currently going on, there's a promo code TIX, TIX 4 mom for all you for Mother's Day. Bring your mom, bring your wives. Yeah, come on out.
And all the men using the coupon code.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah. Oh yeah, mom, I'm gonna like this. Oh yeah,
you're going to see a wrestling show.
yeah. Mom, you want to see some wrestling? Sure do, son. That's how. No, it's not. I was gonna say that's how my mom sounds. No, it's not.
You send the coupon code to the Boons.
My mom refuses to come to wrestling shows anymore.
What? Since you got hurt at one?
No, she was there the night Donnie cut my hair. She hasn't come to a show since.
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it.
I remember that.
Me too, Jonathan.
He was there. I was there.
Brisk.
So-
West Columbia evening.
Yeah. Taylor.
If you haven't got a chance to check out the trailer for Faces of the Future, go to the wrestling Facebook page or YouTube.
You know,
It looks
Shout out to Keith Andrews.
I was just gonna say, man, is it nice to have combination Brad Joyner and Keith Andrews, and it really definitely helped strap this thing to a rocket ship, man, and it's taken off. I mean, their work is second to none. So definitely the work is amazing. That video got me hyped. So
Yeah.
And the recap videos from last show too. Amazing. They look great.
But what we got on the card, Elliot?
Well, we got
What do we have announced?
Daddy Daughter
Dun,
Dance,
dun, dun.
Selena Rose and James Johnson versus everyone's favorite superhero, Eric Academia, and the only real wrestler, Moody.
So talk to us about these four, Ethan, because you know all four of these pretty well.
Yep.
All under your tutelage, so to speak.
Yeah, 3 trained with me completely.
Yeah.
And then Selena's trained with me a good bit. So, yep.
Seems like the student is starting to surpass the master.
I wouldn't go that far.
Wow.
I think that's
Mm.
coming from the student's mouth.
Yeah.
He did say that
No,
in a roundabout way.
no, not yet.
Yeah, I mean that seemed to kind of taking you off guard last month, excuse me.
Yeah.
Feels like last week.
Yeah. So for people who weren't there, recapping what happened, we were out in the ring. Showtime. Jonathan Wimburn was introduced. And we announced Ethan was a new GM, new general manager of PCW, and in the midst of just welcoming everybody and talking about the show, James Johnson, Tie-Dye Sunrise comes out. And
here's the biggest thing. So like, and a lot of people don't understand, especially so like a PCW. At PCW, we have like usually a 5 to 6 match format.
Correct.
And that's it. So when it comes to putting on matches or this and the other, putting them together, like when I look at that, like everybody can't be on every show. There's just no possible way. And James took it personally, and it's not personal. It wasn't personal at all until he smarted off to me. But like, people just have to understand, like it's nothing personal towards James, but James took it very personal. When
Right.
It was just a business decision for the card that night for the debut in Camden. That's it. And I mean, he main evented the
His
last show. we did
hometown,
in
by the
Camden.
way.
Yeah. Whose side are you on here?
I'm just
but he
Yeah.
but to your point, you're right. He main evented the last show in Camden, Clash in Camden.
Yep.
Which was a big show.
Big-
Where, that we partnered with Camden Police Department and everything to have that show.
Right.
Bigger venue.
Bigger venue. And yeah, so
Kind of entitled.
and it was against the PCW heavyweight champion Drew Adler.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't know if James gets kind of frustrated because he's kind of like, always the bridesmaid, never the bride when it comes to Drew. Like he's never, I think he beat Drew like when Drew first came in. But since Drew's been champion, he's unstoppable.
Bro, look, that's the thing, man. Like, if you look back, that was at Vibe Church.
Mhm.
That was that
Mountain Doritos.
Yeah, the Mountain Dew Doritos. It had a name.
Mhm.
Snack. I don't know what it was, but James kind of bested Drew. But ever since that, Drew's like, oh, the F this, bro.
Yeah.
Ran through everybody.
Well, and had
Palmetto Classic.
had a heck of a match at North Springs. Broke his collarbone.
Mhm. Yeah.
Heck of a match, though.
It was great.
So,
And I think James is a really good wrestler, man. But he's just, if you want to take it personally, he takes it personally. I can't really help that.
Got a chip on his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, give us your thoughts. I know you got one of your big graduates right here behind us, not in the rear, but behind us.
I'm sorry, Ty.
But you have two other standout students as well
Mhm.
in Academia and Moody.
Right.
So I guess how do you, is it just because of their connection with the academy that you're like, hey, you know what? These two, they work well together, or
Yeah, they've worked together in class before too. So it's not like this is just they're just going in this blind against James and Selena. Like they know how to work well together. So Erica's had problems with Selena and other places too. So it just kind of seemed like an easy fit for this. And if James thinks he's better than the students that are coming out now, especially, then he just has to prove it. That's it.
Yeah, he didn't like James didn't take kind-heartedly to that post with referring to Moody and Academia as the heartbeat of some call them the heartbeat, the Palmetto Wrestling Academy. James was like, yeah, that's cute. That kind of struck a nerve with him a little bit, but it's true.
Yeah,
man, those two are on fire, and D'Angelo's just as much of that heartbeat too. But it's definitely going to be interesting. By the way, Moody's beard is fantastic.
I'm a big fan of the beard.
We talk about that. He looks older, mature, grizzled. I'm like, keep it. Looks great.
Never mind. I was gonna say not grizzled wood, but yeah. So speaking of formerly known as Eli Grizzlewood, we got D'Angelo versus Elijah Proctor. I mentioned this earlier. Last time I saw Elijah, he was Eli Grizzlewood at one of the Vive shows. I don't know if it was live at Vive or if it was a Revive or.
I remember him at it was that church in Kershaw, or that school in Kershaw. It's the last one I remember him at. North Central.
I wasn't at that show. That's why.
That's the last one I remember him at, and haven't seen him since. Man, he's kind of seems like he's
doing great.
Gone off and changed a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What's old D'Angelo think?
D'Angelo, what you think, man?
Another day in the office for me, honestly.
Uh-oh.
Pew pew.
I mean, this is like what I like though, man. Like Proctor, he hasn't been in PCW, but he's tearing it up other places. And like, I see these guys out and about, and like, the goal of PCW is to bring like the best talent here and let these guys kind of show out. And D'Angelo is one of those guys that's going to get in there and give it to him. So like I know that D's going to go in there and give everything he's got to it. So like, I think these two, like, this could steal the show easy.
Oh, no doubt.
And it's Mother's Day weekend,
Mhm.
and Mama D'Angelo is going to be in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, front row.
And by the way, D'Angelo, I will be transparent and honest with you. I got to meet your mother, and she is one of the sweetest people I ever met. So to see your support system, man, I'm pulling for you that weekend, man. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, she definitely talked to Shane about how proud she was of you in the line. So
I'm not gonna lie. I may or may not have snuck her a sneak preview of the flyer for the show like a week before it released. It's like, we're proud of your kid too. Here, look at she was very, very kind. So,
And I just want to say, because I had a few family kids in the crowd, that the headband,
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Lord have mercy, yeah.
I was seeing them all over the place. So
Yep.
I think a big hit with the kids too.
Heck yeah.
Nice touch.
Definitely working on having something for Saturday. So
Well, while we're talking about this match,
Mhm.
D'Angelo, how about jump up here and kind of tell us your story, man? Like
Here, I'll skip
about
that.
what about you about how you chose to get into wrestling.
How you met Ethan?
I know some stuff just because of how we've worked together in regards to PCW, and I know some stuff in regards to what you've done before. But tell us about yourself, where you came from, all that jazz.
So I'm born and raised in Swansea, South Carolina. Played football, basketball, soccer. Kind of did it all. Went to college with hopes of playing 4 years of football, and got cut to one. Started playing some arena football, some semi-pro, and COVID hit, so all of that shut down.
Yeah.
And I said it jokingly one day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a pro wrestler. Like I said to one of my buddies. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, maybe I give it a shot and go wrestle in like a high school gym just to say I did it. Just cross off my bucket list. So then I found out about the school, and I remember the night before I went to my first class, I was like I was on YouTube, and I was like looking at what's it like to become a pro wrestler, and that video of Triple H, the Tough Enough tryout or whatnot,
Oh, yeah.
popped up. So I watched that, and that was my first impression of what pro wrestling is. So I thought it was gonna be really cutthroat and everybody's at each other's neck.
It's a video
So
where Trips is like, your balls are
Your
showing.
balls
Yeah.
are showing. Hey, your balls are showing.
But no, I showed up to the school the next day, and man, I hit it off with everybody, and I mean the rest has been history since. It's been a lot of fun.
Have you had you watched any sort of local independent wrestling?
I did not.
Familiar with Ethan at all?
So I studied up on him after.
Well, you'd have no
first
choice
night
at that
I
point,
went to
right?
School, and I was like, "Yo, this is pretty good."
Oh yeah,
So
that's awesome, man. What do you think so far?
I'm enjoying it, man. I don't think I've had a bad opportunity yet in wrestling. Everything's been positive. I've learned and grown from every match that I've had so far.
You've had how many matches now?
17.
Nice.
17.
Now, didn't you do a seminar or something recently? You were at
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went down to WWN and did a seminar with Gabe Sapolsky, who's a scout for WWE.
That's
And,
right.
He spoke highly of me, and they enjoyed me down there. So I'm hoping to go back down there pretty soon and do some more work.
I think it's amazing, man, because you got a great look. You've gotten in tremendous shape, by the way. Kudos to you. Might need some notes off the air, but you look great. You're super talented. You're learning from somebody with undoubted success. So I definitely, man, the sky's the limit for you, bro.
Sir.
So definitely looking forward to seeing what you do, what you continue to do.
So you mentioned your football career got cut short. What happened?
When I got there, I just realized that it wasn't for me. I was battling some minor injuries and whatnot, but I'm not gonna say that was the reason why. But I couldn't get down with getting up at 5 a.m. for practice.
Yeah.
trying to be a full-time student and then be a full-time athlete. It was too much, and the workload became too much, and I ended up leaving school. But I feel like during that time I found myself more, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. I'm real big on that. Like maybe it wasn't for me to make it in football. Maybe it was like had I made it in football, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah,
and I'd much rather be here, and I'm glad to be here.
So Shane had mentioned about you watching independent wrestling, but were you a wrestling fan growing up?
Oh yeah, die hard.
Well, that has to go with like who's your inspiration?
I'd probably say Jeff Hardy. That was the guy I watched the most.
Oh, you hear that, Z-Biz? When you tune in, that's awesome, man.
The story maybe for off the air about Jeff Hardy, we collectively tried to do.
Oh yeah. Almost. This close. We'll talk about that off the air.
Oh yeah,
just because we don't want to, certain people want to hear certain things. But so inspiration Jeff Hardy. What's the one moment you remember watching? That's always a fascination of mine. Like you're watching pro wrestling on TV. I believe everybody has that moment where they become that fan. Something hooks you. Do you remember what it was?
Definitely when Jeff won the WWE championship, but also the first thing that popped into my head was the night that CM Punk beat him in that steel cage match, like kicking him out of WWE for good. I just remember breaking down and like saying I was never going to watch wrestling again. Like I just remember the emotion that it brought out of me. So I was like Monday came and I was like, yeah, I got to see what happens now. I got to see if this is real. And then Punk came out dressed as Jeff.
Yes.
And like I just remember like turning
God, I hate him.
Just throwing everything. And
so is CM Punk your least favorite wrestler?
I wouldn't say that.
He was then.
Yeah, he was then. I couldn't stand him then.
Is he your Jeff Jarrett?
Poor Jeff Jarrett.
Or your Brock Lesnar?
God, no. Brock's worse than Jarrett.
Oh, that's awful.
Whoa.
See, look at
whoa.
I'm out. Like, oh man. So through your pro wrestling journey so far, through the training, through your experience in the ring, the people you've been in the ring with, tell us a couple things that you've just learned, like that just stuck with you. Like, could be anything Ethan's taught you, could be like ways of life. It doesn't have to be
it doesn't have to be wrestling related.
Just curious.
Best advice I've gotten in wrestling so far was from Ethan, and is that the least important part of wrestling is wrestling. Like nobody's gonna remember your moves or your spots or whatnot, but they'll remember the moments. Like that's what matters the most. And I ran into that at other shows. Like I had a guy ask me this past weekend at a show because like I stand in front of my merch table instead of like sitting in a chair, and he was like, "Well, why do you stand in front of your table where like no one can see your merch?" And I was like, "Well, because I'm not really necessarily worried about making a sale. Like I just want to make connections with the fans, make connections with kids. Like if I'm sitting here laughing and having a conversation with a kid and they're all excited, like their parents are going to come and buy the shirt. And even if they don't, like the kid's going to remember that. The kid's going to never forget that time that wrestler was really nice to them. And that's inspirational. I mean,
can't put a price on it.
Yeah.
If you were to share advice to a kid who that's just about anything, what would you tell them? Doesn't even have to be a kid. Just
honestly, if anyone ever told you that you can't follow your dreams, don't believe them. Because when I started training, nobody, like even my mom, bless my mom, I know she's probably gonna watch this and yell at me later. But like when I first started training, she was like, dude, you need to find something that's like gonna last you. Like I get like football was your dream, that didn't work out. Like it's time to get a big boy job. And I was like, no, I think I'm gonna take this wrestling thing pretty serious because this could become my big boy job. And she was kind of in denial about it. And then she came to my debut and she saw the emotion that was brought out of me that night because I don't cry in public.
That was
like,
at Taylor, right?
Yeah. And she saw how
the place was nuts.
She saw how crazy the crowd was. And like after that show, like we sat and talked the next day and she's like, dude, you're gonna be a star.
Yeah.
I said you had to have felt good after that match because I was there.
I felt good for you. I was like, oof. I remember getting the chills.
Really good story
about that. Oh well. Well, it's a perfect opportunity.
Tag.
Oh yeah. So tag.
No, you're good. Okay. So I'll stay over there.
Yeah.
So, little. I know the boys don't like this, but I'm gonna tell you guys what actually happened at a wrestling show.
Uh-oh.
So we get out there and we're the main event, and it's Chip and I versus D'Angelo and his partner, and we're about 2.5, 3 minutes into this match, and Chip rolls his ankle.
Oh yeah.
And he took a step, and when he took the step, he looked at me, and I was like, oh no. So I knew everything was about to go just completely off rails, right? So everything that we had completely planned for that match, none of it happened. So from about the 2-minute mark, and we went, I think, 27, that whole match, his first match on a show, main eventing, was on the fly. And it was all communication based. And we had him for the whole 27 minutes or whatever it was.
It was fantastic. Packed crowd.
But like, as a coach, I don't think I've ever been more proud than that moment. Because it was like, I knew
It's got to be hard to top.
bro, like, just because of me, it's a testament to what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell them all the time, like, you can remember stuff all day, but like, if you get out there and it's not, the crowd isn't into it, you're going to force it to them or you're going to change it. You're going to change it.
Yeah.
You know, if you want a job, that's what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So, just knowing that like his first match on a show that happened and watching him go an extra 25 minutes after that, man, it was awesome.
It is absolutely impeccable how like the craziest things happen at our shows that involve your student, like where your students are a mainstay part. Like for example, Chip rolled his ankle in your match, right? We had the show with no ropes.
Yep.
Your students were a main part of that show
because they train with no ropes.
Exactly, which is
Those are the best days, though.
mind blowing if you think about it. So they were well,
that's the way I was
they were
trained.
more prepared for that show than anybody else in the show.
So like when I was trained, I was taught that the ropes were like a bonus. So I trained without ropes to know my ring positioning and stuff. And I mean, with Lyle, it was probably 6 months before I ever trained with ropes. It was just all learning how to be like knowing where I am in a ring without the ropes and stuff. And I teach them the same thing.
Well, it's paying off, man, big time. And Ethan, Palmetto Wrestling Academy, 4 spots left.
Yep, 4 spots. We start up May 30th. So like we're getting pumped, man. We've been off since January. So
How can people sign up?
PalmettoWrestlingAcademy.com. We got a contact form on there. You just fill it out. It goes straight to my phone. I'll text you immediately. There you go.
Speaking of the PWA, let's catch up on some.
Look at them all in here.
Catch up on some good old comments. Dennis Parker, boo, James. He said that.
James Johnson.
I'm assuming that's boo. It could have been Bo James. Bo James. Also, let's go D Easy Dubs. TJ D Money.
I love TJ.
Dennis again. Class 6 represent baby.
Yes, sir.
Dante Carter. Dante, welcome back to the show, man. Thank you for joining us last week. Comedian Dante Carter says D-Lo Fire. Dennis Parker saying Osprey is better than Jeff Hardy.
Oh man.
You will never
Oh,
find
man.
someone that's a bigger Will Ospreay supporter than Dennis Parker.
Wow.
Like,
Really?
Yeah.
I do love Will Ospreay, though.
Also, Dennis PWA always on top, baby. As well as let's go, baby.
Okay. He likes baby.
I gotta give it to Dennis though, man. Like, I'm kind of glad that I am older than him because, like, when Dennis debuts, he's gonna be a monster,
Bro.
hands down.
You know, that, like, current students you do have, who are there any you can name that you would be ones to look, quote unquote, look out for, or kind of put somebody on notice?
Are you talking about the graduates or people coming up?
Both.
Yes.
Both?
Yeah.
Here's I think the best thing about all the students from PWA. They're all different. They all wrestle different. They all present themselves differently. They all bring something different to the table. And I think that's so important. Like as like individuals doing this instead of just being like carbon copies of me or wrestling like me. Like why do I want someone to wrestle like me?
It is so funny you say that because you have so many students,
Yeah.
and not one of them I can watch be like, that's something Ethan would do.
Yeah.
None of them.
So
Now I can see maybe where a little inspiration was taken from.
Yeah.
But like a copy, none of them.
So I'm interested to see Dre.
Dre,
Yeah, because he reminds me, because I've attended one of you guys' classes before.
Yeah.
Just came to hang out, and I also pay attention to a lot of the videos that different students share, and he reminds me. You remember the Brazilian guy from Tekken?
Yeah. Eddie Gordo.
So he reminds me of
Nerd.
If only you knew.
You nerd.
No. So
Is he a Tekken fan?
no. Well, yeah, but so
No, yeah, but
I did this show in Asheville one time, and you were with me, right?
Yeah.
So D's with me, and I think Joshua Cutshaw was with us, and I had Sterling, and the bar we were wrestling at was right down the street from the drum circle in downtown Asheville, and I love the drum circle. So it's like Friday afternoon, we go down, and we always mess with Dre about his capoeira stuff, just because he loves it, like he's really good at it. But we were like, we're at this drum circle and everybody's dancing, and this dude comes up and he is just strung out. And I don't really play that when I got my kids with me, especially. And he was like, this dude looks us dead in the face and goes, "Any of you guys know capoeira?" And I was like,
Oh, bro. I was leaving, but I gotta stick around for this.
I was like, no. And he goes, you know, the fighting style, like Eddie Gordo from Tekken.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, no. I know what capoeira is. We just don't know it. And this guy goes, all right, man. And just turns around. And at this, I just look at Ty, or I was like, man, if only Dre was here to just bust out on this guy. So then the guy turns around and starts doing like capoeira with this dog. Right? He's
a real dog?
Yeah, no, like a real dog. Yeah. Like a support animal. He's sitting there like doing capoeira with some random person's support animal. And this little girl comes up and like pets the dog. And when the dog turns to the little girl, the guy went from smiling to transformation.
he was wanting to take
He
it to
was
that girl.
so mad, dude. He was so mad that dog was paying attention to that little girl instead of him. So that's our Eddie Gordo story. That's funny you brought that up, because that's literally, that dude looked me dead in the eyes. It's just like Eddie Gordo. It's like,
yeah, him.
well aware.
Oh my god.
Ask TJ says, ask D'Angelo about when I beat him in a battle rap session.
That is not true. I have witnesses. Dennis is a witness. He did not beat me in that rap battle session. The next one will be recorded.
Let's
I don't
freestyle
know.
right now.
Ooh,
Elliot's got some beats.
Save it for Saturday.
Ooh,
You heard it here. D'Angelo will be rapping on Saturday.
that's what I heard. What is that?
Oh, I'll tell you this too. So
I'll tell you,
D's like, nah. See you Saturday.
So D'Angelo posted this a couple of weeks ago, and Dennis for sure is the same. Like, it's everyone that comes to the school, like they take pictures when they start, and then their progression pictures throughout class is amazing. Like D posted one the other day, and I was scrolling, I swung by it, and I was like, oh, that's at the school. I was like, who is that? Like, I didn't even recognize him.
Wow.
Like, that's how much has changed in like less than 2 years.
Dennis said, thank you.
Here's my challenge for you, D. Are you an R&B fan? You like R&B music?
Of course.
So, with Mother's Day coming up, so instead of a song for Mama, do a rap for Mama.
I can do that.
Mom Angelo.
I can do that. That's easy.
Well, looking at my list, she bought a front row seat, so it looks like it's gonna be a good one.
Dennis said, thank you, D. Keith Hensley. Hopefully I can join the PWA this time, and I'm excited for Saturday. Can't wait.
Keith's excited to see Elijah Proctor, D. He said it. I saw it.
Yeah, I commented on this post.
Yeah, I saw that too. That was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. Misspelled
saw it.
loser. Misspelled. What'd you say? Misspelled loser or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I saw that too.
Dennis confirmed you did beat TJ.
Thank you, Dennis.
But
Sounds like Buddy's sticking up for buddies to me. Where's the proof?
D'Angelo said, "Oh, watch out for Dennis." Dennis, oh yeah, he did beat TJ. That's fine.
So I want to brag for another second on Dennis and TJ together. So between the two of them and Raylan Albee, those guys are like we get a call for them to go to these New Japan shows and work, because they go up there and they bust their tails. And there's very few people that are selected for this stuff. And like, they get to go up and they're making these killer connections and meeting all these guys. And like, really, like, I get a phone call every time those weekends are over from the guy that's like over them. And he does nothing but brag about our guys.
And they hop in the car and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
I love seeing it.
And I mean, they're driving to DC, Philly, New York, you know, all this stuff. And it's not to wrestle. It's to do other stuff that they've proven that they're valuable at, that, you know, they can make connections to hopefully help them with their wrestling career.
Well, and sometimes, you know, within the wrestling community, wrestling is not necessarily the highest thing that you can do for a company.
It's really not. Right, Shane?
F you, Ethan.
You
gotta find your. So, just because your calling is pro wrestling doesn't mean your calling is wrestling.
Yeah,
there's so many different things that you can do to contribute, and maybe things that one is better at than another.
Or even like, you know, I mean, we have people in training, and like Jim, who's reffing the PCW shows. He just kind of started reffing in class on a whim, and like, wow, it was.
You call him Jim. What's I don't know him as Jim.
What do you know him as?
I know him as Jim.
That was the guy from this last show, right?
Yep.
I know him as Jim.
He told me something else.
I think he works under Jaheim Diggs.
Jaheim Diggs.
Yeah, Jay Diggs.
Sorry, I just know him.
He called me Jay. Yeah, Jay Diggs is what it was.
So speaking of Shane wrestling, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So he has been so quick to share his videos with me, like, oh, look what I did, but let it come to anybody that I'm talking to and be like, oh, well, you can go check out. And Shane's like, wait a minute, don't do that.
Wait a minute, I'm so lost. What?
When we're talking, you're like, oh, check this out. It's like all your highlight reels, but then I share that with anybody else, and you're like, it needs to be scrubbed from the internet.
Wait, I don't know what highlight reels we're talking about.
Well, he's not saying highlight reels. He's saying any of your matches. He's saying
there's only like two that's visible.
He's saying you're quitting to share your matches with him, but when he tries to share your matches with other people, you're like, no, don't do it.
No, stop. That is a lie. He tries sharing videos of me dancing. Like
That's
today.
the same thing.
No, not like this. No, wasn't quite highlighted my life. No, we don't talk about that.
What, wrestling?
No, well, both, but I had one good moment. Stop, leave me alone.
Hey, your coast to coast was sick.
I had one good moment. That was it. Nailed it.
It's like a thought, like an idea.
Nailed it. Even though I handed them the chair backwards, it's okay.
Who was it? Was it that same match you almost got church slammed through the stage?
Yes.
I just remember.
This is a church.
Yeah, so it was that vibe.
They literally say, "Don't go on the stage."
Yeah, we said, "Hey, yes, just you can enter on the stage and stuff, but like leave the fighting off." All of a sudden, Shane gets picked up by 7 and just choke slam right in the center of the stage. I'm just thinking, we're gonna have to prepare a stage before Sunday.
Yeah, that was one good moment. Anyhow,
This was PCW BE.
Yeah.
BE.
That was.
I'm pretty sure you were there.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
He wasn't.
You want to bet money?
How much?
Which show was it?
$50
Which show was it?
right now, because I will prove it right now.
He wasn't with 7 because 7 was with
Ethan was there. Ethan
with
was
Father
there.
Darkness.
Ethan was there
Probably show I was not.
because that was the show. A certain somebody came up to you outside and said we should talk about
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yes.
Okay. That was that same show.
same show, and we never heard from him again.
Yep. Thank
Ju-
God.
We shut him down. Just saying that's where it was, and we don't say certain names. I'll never
That's one
forget
of
it. Never forget it. Ethan Bout killed somebody in a nice way with words.
Dennis says Ethan taught me wedding dancing one day in class.
Footwork.
Very good.
You can waltz. You can run spots.
He also said
That's
PWA. At PWA, I got taught legit everything wrestling, ring stuff, production. So that's just a small part about a really great school.
So put all the wrestling stuff aside. Put all the spots, the be able to talk, cut promos. You're teaching these people to be good people.
Yeah.
That
Well rounded.
is probably the most important thing. I mean, every student I've encountered is just a good person. Great to talk to, super polite, respectful.
There's that one kid. Just kidding.
I don't remember
kidding.
that. But so yeah, I think that's the most important thing you're doing, man. Is you're teaching people good life lessons.
And I mean, we have people too that are successful not in wrestling, and it's just from stuff they learned at the school. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, and we're having a good time. That's the best part too. Like, it's not like I guess old school wrestling school. Like, you don't come in and fall 500 times to begin each class because that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I teach these guys how to preserve their body and how to work and
endure
like, make a career out of this instead of because I mean, dude, I wrestled for like 12 years before I ever got any kind of break, and by that time I was already beat up. So like, I'm trying to teach these guys out the gate how to get this and make the longest career possible out of it and make some money in the meantime. So,
speaking of students, though, our current former student is the PCW City champion, who is facing. I mean, he's a good. Anthony Henry's a close friend of you, right?
yeah, I've known Anthony for a long time. Probably it's right at 20 years, and you know, like the backstory to this that people won't see or just coming to the show will know, I guess, is like Anthony guest coaches at the school a lot, especially when Rudy's class was coming through and stuff like that. Like, he was there a lot with those guys and working out. So like, they're not like strangers to each other.
Beat him.
That in class?
No, on the show.
Oh yeah, who was that? Who'd you beat?
Anthony.
Really? Oh yeah, that was was it title belt? Nice.
I'm looking forward to this one, man, because Rudy's on a run.
Yeah, Rudy's smart. That's the thing. He's a little conniving, but he's a really smart dude.
And then I look on the opposite side of the ring. And I'm really nervous. Anthony said something that really stuck out. He said left leg something.
Emergency room.
Right. Left leg.
Work.
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh boy.
That's legit.
Oh.
Anthony
watch the right leg.
Hard, man. Anthony kicks so hard. But I mean, I think that's kind of like where Rudy's gonna have like a little bit of an advantage. Is he's really ridiculously creative, especially with his moveset and stuff like that, and like setups and stuff. So, like, I'm really excited for this match.
Well, in last match we saw someone show up in Big Game James, right?
Yep.
And Ty, I heard
Oh, there it is.
I heard you do a pretty good impression of.
Well, he's flexing like him. He's standing
Big
like
Game James.
I gotta warm it up. Yeah, I do a good Big Game James. You see, Rudy was about to lose his match, and I had to come in and had to shake things up a little bit. So
Oh my gosh,
It's legit.
it's good, man.
that's really good.
Like, if I wasn't looking at you, I would think he's sitting right here.
So,
Well, I was gonna say I didn't. The only thing I know about Big Game is
He's
a
big.
interview that we've
Oh.
seen from years ago. But like that's what I just have his voice, but that sounded just like it. I mean, that was
Can you
what-
say,
what interview
can you
was
say,
that?
Can you just say that'd be called a hip toss?
that'd be called a hip toss.
Remind us to show you this video when we get up there.
Oh
we showed
my
Ethan
gosh.
last month. It goes nowhere, but it's something you have to see. I think you'll like that.
Well, yeah.
Oh gosh.
That was incredible because thinking how he sounds in that video,
that was spot on.
Oh.
Well, my favorite thing too is
that got me a headache.
Big Game James gets tickled because like Ty will do that to Big Game James at other like he's done it at other shows. And he's just like he just walks up to him and starts being him. It's amazing.
Oh man, is there anybody else you can do, Ty? Or is that just is that the one?
It's my specialty.
No, leave it there. Leave it there. Otherwise, you'll sound like Dante doing Trump. There you go, Dante. That's for you.
I think D'Angelo gives Elliot his number, and then we just do some football introductions.
Hey, yeah, no.
I'm not gonna get that in my head. That was funny.
Let's catch back up on some good old comments. Then it says, "There he is, my boy Rudy." Billy says, let's go, Anthony Henry. This is going to be super fire. Dennis says, Rudy's got this 100. Chris Baldwin says, Jesus Christ, it sounds like Big Game James.
That's pretty good, Elliot.
Actually, he'd probably say something like, very, very
Oh, no.
medieval. Christ Jesus, that sounds like James.
Oh, my God.
Dennis Parker, you know,
Huzzah.
I'm up on Rudy. Winning to keep that belt.
Over. Show's over. Christ Jesus. I know Chris is laughing.
He's gonna come out saying that next year.
I just need a soundbite of that. But that needs to be my text tone.
Christ Jesus.
Jesus. Oh,
Oh man.
oh my God. Oh, it hurts.
Dennis says, you know, I'm gonna feel Rudy winning and keeping that belt.
Dennis,
He laughs that it's perfect. Chris, huzzah.
forgot
Dennis,
that. We should have said that too.
huzzah, Christ Jesus. Here it is. And he says, new shirt unlocked. Perfect.
Oh, dude, it's hot in here.
Oh man, sorry. I gotta catch my thoughts and my breath. But last but not least, that we need to make an announcement about Drew Adler issuing an open challenge. PCW heavyweight champion Drew Adler returning to PCW. Out last month, touring Arizona.
Well, that must be nice.
It's a big old challenge.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind? So we're Ethan, going back to you got to refresh our memory, man, because
Okay.
let's go back to the first Palmetto Classic, because it seems like Drew's been champion since then, but there's been a couple changes that have been ever so light. I mean, like small.
Is he on 1,000-day reign yet?
Oh my! Well, collectively,
It's got to be combined.
We did it first, WWE.
It has to be.
I mean, it's
Hunter.
go back to the Palmetto Classic. So you had Darius Lockhart took it one round. Ethan Case took it one round.
Well, and Chip
Drew won it.
Chip beat Drew though to get the belt.
No, that was the classic. That was the
I'm going back to the first one.
the first one.
Okay.
Very
in the-
first one.
In the first one, Big Country was champion going in.
Yeah.
Big Country lost it to Darius.
Yep.
Darius beat Kevin Ray in the second round. And then Drew beat Darius in the finals.
And that's run one. That's the one where he sat in the ring. Hey, y'all
Yeah.
can leave now.
Yeah, time to
No,
go.
that's
Yep.
what. That's the moment. That was the moment. Drew
To the moon.
to the moon. And then I mean, there's been a couple of changes in between, but he's what 3-time or 4-time?
That was during your feud with Malachi, right?
Yeah. So there was a scramble we did, and instead of it being like an opening match or anything, we did it as a main event. I think it was 7 guys, and it was elimination. And then I eliminated Drew last, so I won it.
And then I remember you losing it at Vive to him, right?
No, I lost it immediately.
that
I think
night.
I was champion for like 6 minutes. Lost it to Malachi.
That prick.
Malachi did like 1 or 2 title defenses and then moved. So we stripped that, and then it was like, okay, so the last 2 champions will have a match, and the winner of that is champion. So it was me and Drew beat me.
That one at Vive.
Mhm.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Title reign 2.
And then he had it until the Palmetto Classic in 2021. So,
Your memory is fantastic
yeah, I don't know how I'm doing this.
because it was good,
Yeah, and then it's he lost it to Chip in the finals.
right?
So Chip was champion, and then Chip's first title defense, he lost it back to Drew.
3.
That
was
was
2021.
Was that before or after his hip surgeries?
So that was the crazy thing, man. So like we had that show in Rock Hill,
Emergence.
and Drew had just had his hip surgery. And I told him, I was like, look, I don't believe in stripping you for an injury if you're going to make a comeback and this and the other. I was like, so what we'll do is we'll use the Soda City title for the main events, and then you'll come back as champion, and then we'll have contenders lined up. And
Last Dance.
yep. And then
Remember that promo video?
Then the pandemic happened,
Oh,
and he got cleared.
Last Dance was before pre-pandemic. Was pre-pandemic?
No, it was post. That was what we came back with.
Okay.
But
The first time.
yeah.
Because we ended up going back down under
Yep.
again, coming back.
Yep. And then it timed out where like pandemic was perfect for his recovery, and he got cleared like the week before we came back from double hip surgery. Yeah,
Dude, that Last Dance promo
he's a
was
machine, bro.
fire.
Yeah,
And he's
Drew's
better
the
than
man.
ever.
Drew's the man. Like legitimately, when it comes to a performer and like somebody I've been in the ring with a lot, like he is the man.
I'm just wondering, like, who in their right mind, knowing the success he's had.
He's built like Michael Phelps. Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary.
That's a very good comparison.
The resume he's built, the reputation he's built, the success he's had. I feel bad. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel bad for anybody that steps in the ring with him.
Dennis says, "Oh, he's back." Mentioned crying in his seat.
So Dennis was a diehard fan before he started out of school. He was front row every show. Like for
That's
a
awesome.
long time.
His mama.
Yep.
Oh,
Diane. Look, there will never be anything that can convince me that we deserve Diane. She is like the best human on the planet. And she's been a saint to us.
Second best.
I'll never forget.
That's the second best.
You know, I don't even know if Dennis knows this, but like, so every show she would come, or she would get tickets for, and she'd always call me because she wouldn't buy tickets online, but she would buy them through me.
Yeah.
So I'd call her. I'd be like, "Hey, Miss Diane, it's showtime. It's show week," and she would pay for them over
That's
the phone.
my line.
It's showtime. That's his line.
It's show week.
It's showtime, folks.
It's show week. But she would always just buy them over the phone. She would never put them in the computer. She would trust. I just remembered like every month it was just talking to her, and it was it's fantastic, man. So she's an amazing person, absolutely amazing woman.
I'm gonna tell you the best. Like wrestling aside, the night that I got hurt,
Yeah,
her first priority was my kids.
I was witness to that.
Yeah, and like
I
get teary eyed thinking about it. Like it's insane.
and I was there. I was next. It was Morgan, Diane, me, and maybe Adam. Maybe one other person.
I remember when it happened. You texted me and Jonathan. Was like, "Oh, this ain't good."
Yeah, and I was standing next to Morgan. I'm like, Morgan, well, Morgan's worried about the kids. I was like, I got my vehicle. I got 2 car seats in my vehicle. We're good. Miss Diane was like, no, I got this. I was like, okay, all right. That is just goes to show you a testament to her character.
Oh yeah, I mean, my kids call her Nana. They have for years now. Like it's just she's amazing, and
Yeah. That's why she's a saint.
she's a saint. Trial by fire. Nah, but like she's a lifesaver.
Chris Evans says Ethan describes in detail everything that happened in the past 2 years. Me, we're gonna have for breakfast.
Oh, I can't tell you either, man. I can't believe I just rattled all that off. Legit.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Ready to book.
But I think that's a testament to how good and memorable the shows are for PCW.
Even more so, man. It's hey Ethan, tell me about some of the shows before you were there. No, they're not memorable. They really didn't have that feeling, that moment, or those moments. So it's like a testament to when PCW brought Ethan in. And I mean, Ethan, you remember that first show, that Spring Valley show?
Sure do.
Talked about that last pre-show push.
He's like, you sure do.
Sure do.
I
remember.
Dennis says best mom for real.
Facts.
And Chris Baldwin talking about facts.
Oh,
yeah.
Dennis Parker, it is 10 p.m. and you have school in the morning.
Bedtime.
And because you best be graduating.
Oh shoot. But that rounds out so far. Sure, for this coming week, PCW Faces of the Future. Before we continue, guys, have to do this every week.
Yes.
This is
it.
He's just like, yeah.
I drove 3 hours one way for this.
Just down the road.
Y'all know the deal. Y'all gonna help me out this time?
Nope. It's all
right.
you, baby.
So, guys, this podcast is brought to you by Day Soul Coffee Lab out of Birmingham, Alabama. Y'all, I consider myself a coffee connoisseur. I absolutely love coffee. and I found what I believe to be the absolute best coffee out there. With Day Soul Coffee Lab, you can be sure to get coffee that's super smooth and always fresh roasted. Some of the best, if not the best coffee you'll ever drink. So swing over to their website, daysoulcoffeelab.co, and use promo code LOWDOWN to get 10% off your order. They even have a subscription option where they'll deliver coffee directly to you every month. So guys, it's a no-brainer. If you're going to drink coffee, you might as well make it great coffee. There it is. Very good, Ethan.
That was in tune.
All right, I'm out. Y'all have a good one. Thank you, boys.
The harmony
I
was
was
impeccable.
trying not to laugh because the whole time Elliot was reading, you're dancing, and I could like he was ignoring the screen, so he didn't see any of that. So he'll have to go back and watch it.
That was very well done, boys.
It might have been the best Elliot's ever done it.
Yeah, and actually, I was thinking that. I think that was pretty good.
I had my blinders on. I was ready.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, like being a gynecologist.
What?
Tunnel vision.
Oh,
Here, I can get a good.
I was.
good look at it.
Did I hear that right? It's like, what's that got to do with it? I get it now. All right, folks. Give me some, give me some of that blue milk.
Chris says, I see. I see why he drove the hippopotamus. The hippopotamus.
What?
That's what Jonathan was. The hippopotamus.
That's right. It's
That's a
that,
Star Trek word.
it's that blue milk.
Chris says, I see why he drove 3 hours one way.
Exactly. Just for that. Just that one part.
And he also said this music
With
slaps.
the windows down in the rain.
Got to blame it on something.
story.
It was raining.
Yeah, it's pouring for about 6 minutes.
Wow. Well, it was. Well, we
Where
got
at?
That's what happens when you have to drive 3 hours to get here.
one way,
Torrential
and
downpour.
when it's right down the road.
It's true.
Right down the road, right over yonder.
So
Man, Ethan's messaged me earlier. I just it's like, yeah. He's like, I said, I asked him, I said, what's your ETA? Right at 8. Thankfully, I left at 5. I said, he goes, quote, just down the road. End quote.
Yep.
He goes, scratch that 7:40. I made up some time. I'm like, oh,
hey,
sure.
did y'all catch Backlash?
No,
Highlights, anything?
I've seen highlights. I've seen like the results and stuff.
Did you see the crowds? The
Mm-mm.
crowd. Okay, we'll share those after the show, but we should touch on that.
No, let's talk about it though. I still have an opinion. We
Yeah.
still talk about
The
it.
crowd.
Oh,
So the crowd was great.
Oh, I bet.
unlike anything I've seen.
Well, like wrestling in Puerto Rico's always been huge. Like it's
Yep.
always been, and they've always been really rabid like fan base. So that's
And I tell you, in the Bad Bunny Damian Priest match, you saw that.
You know where I learned that Puerto Rico has a really good wrestling fan base?
my world.
Jeff Jarrett podcast.
Educational.
amazing. I don't remember the last time WWE's been in Puerto Rico.
Have they ever?
10
No,
years or something.
It was
Have they done it before? But
It was
always-
a long-
but it's just been like house shows.
right.
The fact they did a pay per view is
This-
huge.
Premium
This
live
this
event.
crowd was
PLE.
oh, stupid. That aggravates me. But this crowd was. You said rabid. You know, you can call it rabid, carnivorous. You like they were just like bloodthirsty,
Like Ricky Rabies.
very loud all night long. Like it's not even that they're rabid. They're just like nonstop, opening to end on their feet, like just loud. There was a point in the show where they did a promo with Savio Vega,
Mhm.
who, all right, we all know who Savio Vega is, and obviously Puerto Rico knows who he is. But like these are kids. These are kids in the crowd.
Well, Savio's a legend there.
Because he's still acting. He's still
Yeah,
actually
he's still active. Yeah, he runs a company in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
So they're cutting a promo in Spanish in the back between Bunny, Rey
Ray,
Mysterio,
yep.
and
Savio.
well, yeah.
It's just Bunny and
it
Ray
was just the
first.
two,
Yeah.
and then they're like, you can understand what Ray was saying. Is like, hey, let me introduce you to a friend. Savio walks in camera shot. Bunny's like, Savio, crowd. The crowd. They had to turn the volume up on the mics because the crowd drowned out the
And
sound.
down on the crowd. Yeah.
It was insane. I've never heard anything like it. And then and we're gonna show it after the show, but
Well, Savio's like Hogan,
he
famous in
was
Puerto Rico. Like,
huge.
yeah.
And in the moment, and you'll love like the finish of the whole show or that particular match. But when Bunny made his entrance, man, it was Punk-esque, it was Hogan-esque, it was the crowd was just, I mean, like knew his whole entrance music.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. And I'm like, I don't know what was happening, but I was like, I'm not watching this tonight. I'm just not watching this tonight. Like it got late or something. And then we all were like, we're not watching it. He was doing something. And I turned it on. I'm like, turn this on. This is something you don't want to miss. And all of a sudden, like we all caught like the last.
Yeah. So I actually
45
cut it
minutes?
on during the middle of the bunny match. So my youngest sister graduated college. So
That's
I was
right.
driving home from Atlanta. So I wasn't able to watch it. But you had already commented like this crowd is nuts. I wasn't really that interested in watching it, but cut it on midway through the match, and the crowd, like I cut it on right before Carlito and
That was another.
Savio came out, and so I got to see that part live, and then I was like, oh man, they were hot. So I went back as soon as it was over. I went back and watched like Bunny's entrance and watched Zelina's whole match. 'Cause for both, the crowd was outrageous.
It was unlike anything I've seen from, from a WWE show in quite a long time. And it was breath of fresh air. It was amazing to see, amazing to be able to just boast about them because it was awesome. And just kudos, man, to that company because it was fantastic.
But all right, so you're saying that, but like wrestling right now is like on fire.
Yeah, no,
And 'cause, I
Big
mean, like
time.
we had the Toronto crowd with Sammy. You know what I'm saying? Like AEW crowds are always rowdy, and WWE crowds are now too, man. Like it's really fun to watch because it's almost like attitude era crowd levels, and they're wild.
I was gonna say, so I mean, AEW does have good crowds, but watching, so that was the part that I noticed. Like, if you go back and watch like old Attitude videos and stuff, I mean, they were allowed to have signs and stuff, so it visually you could see a lot more interaction with the crowd. But the crowd shots that they had for the Puerto Rico show were very Attitude-esque. Like
Yeah.
when you would see them react, I mean, they were jumping up and down and like completely going nuts.
Not only the crowd reaction, but they took a couple. If you watch the whole show, a couple of very unique camera angles throughout the show.
Well,
which
let's
were
talk about the entrance.
fantastic.
The entranceway to me was amazing.
Just the shots, man.
I love the way they had the entryway where they had to almost take it like a 90-degree cut.
Yep.
They walked out and a whole left side was LED'd.
They took Bunny's entrance. They were behind him the whole way. Like Bunny was way up, and they're just following him. It was just a unique.
But where the
view.
bleachers are, that was an LED wall. It was sketched out the same way that the bleachers were. So, or the seats. And just watching it. And when Bad Bunny's music hit and you hear however many thousands of people singing that entire song, it was very, very Jericho Fozzy-esque with Judas.
Well, it's the same thing there too, man. He's so good
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Like,
and dude, kudos to these celebrities, Bunny and Logan Paul.
dude, we're gonna mess around, and Logan Paul's gonna be like the greatest wrestler of all time.
Like
It's insane.
and these guys called it before. Like they I didn't really agree. I mean, I like Logan Paul a lot, but like, man, he does a buckshot lariat better than Hangman. Kind of does. If you go, Logan does.
I mean,
Logan is so good, so far of himself, like so far ahead of himself.
I mean, we've heard my take on Paige, but I think like just Paul's so athletic that
So gifted.
the buckshot lariat, like it lends more towards his style.
And he's
like
lankier too. So, I mean,
visually it looks better.
Or like kind of the same thing, like my best friend Pat McAfee, and
hold on. He sent you a birthday video.
Yeah, he did. But like, I mean, generally, like Pat he's had what, like, and they're
Fantastic.
all good.
He said, "Happy birthday, Ethan, you effer." I remember seeing it.
He called me a beautiful SOB.
Oh, it was close. Michael Cole was there.
Michael Cole was there.
So it was close.
But man, it just, I do love. So there's a difference between using a celebrity because it's a celebrity, and a difference between using a celebrity that can actually like take it serious and maybe learn the business and just take it to the level they're taking it to. So like, I mean, like Logan Paul is fantastic, Bunny is fantastic, Pat McAfee's awesome.
Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell was great.
Well, I mean, these guys are putting in work. Like
I
Pete
love
Rose
it.
Was just getting like tombstoned and leaving.
And get paid a bank
So I'm glad
3 years in a row.
I'm glad Elliot brought up Stephen Amell because we were talking about shows earlier.
was
but,
Arrow.
like, have you watched Heels? Oh, that's another one you should watch.
Is it?
Yeah, talk trash to him about not watching.
I live it.
But that's why I think that's why you would like it though.
He went Oliver on us.
I live it. Felicity. Sorry, but yeah,
Air reverse. TJ says John Moxley's my best friend,
the Johnny Dennis got a good point here.
and Dennis said Johnny Knoxville.
Oh man.
Was that with Sammy?
Yeah, but I think there we actually. So yeah, Johnny Knoxville quote unquote shined, but let's talk about everything that Sammy did to make Johnny Knoxville shine.
Oh,
Because when Johnny Knoxville
That's his
showed up,
job.
when he showed up in the Royal Rumble, we saw how Johnny Knoxville was really not that good.
oh yeah. No, it was Sammy, man. Like, kind of same thing. Like, I mean,
But Johnny
Like-
does take it serious.
you know, with Bad Bunny or anything like that, like they're putting him in there with people they trust. with
Sure.
them. So I mean, like somebody has to structure. Somebody has to put it all together. Somebody has to tell them when to be where and this and the other because it's just stuff they don't know yet. But then, like, you know, with Knoxville and Sammy, like Sammy could have easily just been like, "Oh, this is gonna suck. Like, I don't really want to do this." Blah blah blah. But instead, he made the best of it, and it was really really good.
I mean, let's talk about the 3 matches Logan Paul's had.
Yep.
He's had it with The Miz.
Yep.
He's had it with Roman Reigns.
Mhm.
And he's had it with Seth Rollins.
What's the tag match?
He's had 4.
Well,
He had
the
a
tag
tag
match
match.
was with The Miz.
Who did they wrestle?
Didn't he fight the Miz?
He was with The Miz. No, well, that was 2 of them, but he tagged with The Miz, but he also fought The Miz.
What's the one with the double springboard?
That was the Rumble.
That was the Rumble. Ricochet, yep.
It was him and Ricochet.
Very nice.
I just happened wearing a Ricochet shirt. What are the odds? Oh, you mentioned Ricochet on the way here too.
Yeah, I did.
It's crazy.
Prince Puma.
Synchronicity.
Mhm.
That's a thing. Synchronicity. Especially that guy.
Yeah, it's bad.
If you don't believe in it, hang out with him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it happens.
It'll happen.
It's
But-
crazy.
Bad Bunny was in a tag match
Mhm.
with Damian Priest as his
Mhm.
tag partner.
Right?
And then he faced Damian Priest.
Right.
Has he had another match?
I don't think so.
I feel that's not been only 2 matches he's had, but I feel like he's been on a lot of. No,
Was he in a
no, he
Rumble?
was in a Rumble. Yeah,
In
he
a
was in a
Rumble.
Rumble. Yep, a Rumble. I don't know which one. It was the same one that Booker T showed up as
King Booker.
King. No, he was
Oh
Bro-
no, GI Bro.
GI Bro. Yeah,
Side note, not talking about Logan Paul, but I don't think we told the story.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, I don't think we told it last time. But after talking about the synchronicity stuff, so like obviously last show we talked a lot about me not being a Jeff Jarrett fan at all. So we go through the whole show, the last show, and like about the time I don't know if it was adrenaline or what. I wasn't really feeling too good after the show. Like my like shoulder was hurting and stuff. And Ethan kept every time he would walk past me, he's like, "You all right?" He was like, "You having a stroke?" 3 or 4 times. I mean, and I was like, "Nah, I think I'm good." The last time we were like walking by, and he was like, "You sure you're all right? You sure you're not having a stroke?" And I was like, "Nah, I think I'm good." And he was like, "You know who the master of stroke was, don't you?" I was like, "I hate you."
Dang it, this is not the right time.
Ain't he great?
and then just walk off.
I was literally like, he said that 4 or 5 times the whole night just to lead up to this moment.
He was waiting for it.
Dude,
long-term storytelling.
yeah, that's my thing. So like Jarrett, and the thing with Jarrett too, man, is like I'm liking Jarrett now because like I am a fan of Jarrett now, but like watching the stuff he's doing, like he did a vignette on AEW like last week or the week before, and they were at the Briscoes farm,
That's right.
and he was sitting there. My favorite part is like right before Papa Briscoe walks up, he's like, "Boys, I'm gonna wrap it up here, but I'm gonna play my biggest hit. It's going out with my baby tonight." And as soon as he went to go touch the guitar, Papa Briscoe walked up, and I was like, "No, I wanted to hear it."
Your hair is Jarrett-esque.
Yeah, I'm working on it, man.
Oh.
I'm trying to,
I'm waiting for you to just shave the chops.
ETHANN.
Ethan.
Ethan.
Let's see here. Dennis says Sammy's such a good performer. Says spell it.
Why aren't you in bed?
Way after 10 now.
10:15. What's that?
I did that to Shane earlier.
What?
What did you say?
I don't know.
Facetious.
Oh yeah, you did.
And I was like, spell it. And then Dennis did it to me because I tell him that all the time in class.
I'm part of the
Gonna
club.
say it, you better be able to spell it.
Bad Bunny and Logan Paul setting the standards high for
What
celebrity
word was it this
wrestlers.
time? What word was he saying spell it to?
Oh, there's no stroke.
Crown jewel with reigns. That's what Chris Evans said.
I hope it's a more difficult word.
Oh man.
Gotta love Dennis.
Yeah.
Might have been talking about synchronicity.
That's it.
Oh
Yeah.
Synchronicity.
You got to spell it or live it.
He's the very definition.
D, you're like super quiet.
I'm sorry, man.
You're just taking everything in, man.
Listen,
He's like-
it all in.
Oh, that'd be a hip toss.
I can't wait to show him that video.
So we could do like a vignette where like Harry Carey's interviewing Big Game James.
Hi. Oh, we can do that. Right. Hi, Big Game James. I got a question for you. What do you think about Rudy J?
I think Rudy is a great specimen. He's very smart. He needs to get in the gym, but he's very smart.
Well,
he's holding on to that belt.
Well, hey, if you're a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
Wait, that take a left turn.
I know I would. Hey, well, how about that guy, Elijah Proctor?
First of all, if you wanted to add an extra 20 grams of protein to a hot dog, then be my guest.
Would you call that a Roger Wood?
I'm out. That's something he would do too.
I gotta do the chest. That's why.
Yeah.
High focus.
You go.
Now, Elijah Proctor don't know what he getting himself into Saturday. Cause see, D'Angelo, that's my son.
Oh.
So
It's out of control. Oh my God.
Oh man. Hey, Zaddy.
So Jeff Jarrett, right?
So next week's episode is going to feature Tyrell. He's going to respond.
Good luck fitting him in this room.
He'll fit through the door. You got to duck
Turn sideways.
and duck.
Hell in that stairwell.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother thing. Oh,
Dennis says, "Listen, half the words I say I can't spell." So
as long as you know what they mean, Dennis.
Dennis also says, "Like father, like son."
After a million laughing faces.
Yeah.
He's dying.
Boom and boom.
Dennis said, "Ha ha 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 ha."
And ha ha
Dennis
ha.
also said, "Ha ha ha."
Oh man. Well, guys, anything else about Backlash?
No, that was the
Well,
crowd was not-
you said you had some opinions.
Oh no, just like if you guys were talking about something, I'm sure I had an opinion about it.
Oh, for sure. Ethan's very opinionated.
As much as I appreciated the crowd and the show, the Bad Bunny match should have went on last, not Cody. Not for the way they ended it.
Disagree.
To me, it was completely flat. Like the way Cody just got out of there, it just went off. Like I wasn't a fan.
So a lot of people were confused about
liked
the
it.
blood. A lot of people thought that the blood was
Bro.
not planned, but absolutely was. So
Well, and a lot of people thought Brock might have had something in the wrist tape. You know, this dude ate exposed buckle and immediately
he was bladed.
it was bad. It was bad. But
Here's,
I
here's,
thought,
here's what you got to think about it with stuff like that, right? So like where Cody went off. Okay, you're in the main event of a big pay-per-view, big rowdy crowd, blah blah blah. When you get that like adrenaline, like in your soul, you know what I'm saying?
Something
Cody
Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah. You just go off, man.
I thought it was incredibly well done. Because the way it finished,
It's like taking a bump on the hardest
I
part
just
of the
think
ring.
so. After the Bad Bunny match, the visual of the LWO and everybody in the ring with Bad Bunny on the shoulders would have been a great way for the pay-per-view to fade off.
can we not forget it was Little Rey Mysterio holding up Bad Bunny?
Either way, it still would have been a great
Oh,
visual.
no, I'm pretty sure. Didn't he pass it off to Carly?
I would hope so.
He passed it off. He like went to go get him. Was like, "Hey, LWO, y'all get on this."
Ray's carrying him.
Yeah, but he's stocky. So
But to me, that would have been a fantastic way for the pay-per-view to fade off.
I get
Uh-huh.
that.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
That was an amazing moment, period.
It's kind of like you have like the hometown moment, and then there's two American dudes come out and do a match. I get it.
But
the
Puerto
finish
Rico
was-
is kind of like an American
Province.
province. Yeah.
It's the word province.
But so I missed it. But didn't the Zelina match happen right before the Bad Bunny match?
Correct.
Yeah. See, I'm not a fan of that either, because that was the two hometown people, and you put them back to back in the middle of the card.
Yeah. No, I
There
get
wasn't
that.
something in between? Pretty sure. I have to go back and watch it.
the rest of the card?
So you had Bianca versus Io, which they said Io Sky looked amazing. They said Io was finally able to show off her singles prowess and how good of a moonsault she actually does. There's a reason they call her the best moonsault in the business.
Yeah.
But
she had a big run in NXT too.
She did.
She's good.
You had Zelina and I'm not going in order, but you had Zelina and Rhea. You had
Omos and Seth.
Omos and Seth.
Which was
That might have been right before. That might have been right.
That was
No,
the second
that was a second or opener.
So EO was
Second.
first, and then Omos was second.
Okay.
which that match was very good. It'll surprise you. Very good.
And then you had Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley.
Yep. Triple threat. I heard that was pretty good. I heard the Bronson Reed moonsault was on point. He missed, but it looked very beautiful.
Then you had Ray and Zelina, Bad Bunny and Damien. So that was
So
they
they did
followed each
follow.
other. And then the Usos,
Okay,
Sammy KO
yeah.
match. And then Brock and Cody.
Oh, so there were 2 matches after the Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the crowd they were into them.
So the crowd still stayed hot.
Yeah, they were still hot. It's just, I mean, obviously, the pop belonged to the bunny man, the
Yeah, with
Bad
the
Bunny.
with everything that was poured into the Bad Bunny and Damian Priest match, with
Because they're both from Puerto Rico.
the crowd investment, with just everyone who kind of not debuted but showed up. It's definitely had those big moments where it could have gone on last.
But the show, the marquee was built around Cody and Brock. I mean, that's
I don't know. No, I would disagree with that because they all Raw backlash.
they were heading into Puerto Rico because I mean, he was originally the host. They pulled that and they
that was all
turned
planned
it,
out.
They turned it into a match. But the whole thing was Brock and Cody, and what's gonna from his WrestleMania.
That's it. But that was also why I didn't like it. So I mean, we all have our thoughts on WrestleMania, but to me, the ending of WrestleMania wasn't what majority wanted, and then the ending of the next PLE also fell flat. Like if you're gonna
Finish the story, Cody.
go that way with Mania, then you got to have. It would be nice to finish Backlash on a positive note.
So Cody beat Brock. So it was an interesting finish. It was was it Kimura lock? Kimura lock. Cody pins him. It just
But here's the thing. So that happens, and now Cody's not even in the tournament anymore
that was interesting. That my
because
thought process took a little turn.
because
there.
Brock wants to face him at Night of Champions.
Yeah.
Where championships are defended.
Oh, is that what happens at Night of Champions? I didn't know that.
But there's not a championship to be defended.
Not yet.
No, I mean,
I hope Roman wins it somehow. I hope Roman carries every single belt in the company.
Catching up again. Dennis says kids these days. I heard there was a lot of backlash at Backlash.
Wow.
We all wanted the best for Dom as a child. Now we just want to see him get beat up. That's a good point. Who's his daddy? Oh, someone punch him in the face.
Which is great. I don't think Des was alive.
He couldn't have been because I was like 7.
Dom's another one who's improved exponentially. He's actually quite fantastic.
Billy says it was a double main event. Brock Cody, then Bad Bunny. Dennis says good for Raymond, good for Damien. Roman won. Brett says, well, Jesus, I hope you're joking. If Roman wins it, I riot.
I'm being facetious. But
But
not
don't say
quite. Spell it.
Facetious. But yeah, so let's move into let's move into AEW Dynamite, right? So we got
tomorrow night.
AEW Dynamite tomorrow night.
Tony Khan's building it as a pay-per-view on.
Huh?
Tony Khan's building it as building it as a pay-per-view on TBS.
Oh.
This is every Wednesday.
I mean,
It's like the old Clash of Champions.
See?
Battle of the Belts.
Oh.
Champions are championships.
So we got right here.
Yeah, skip that. Skip him.
So
Skip
we
Christian
got
Cage.
Christian Cage will be we'll hear from him with Jurassic Park dude. What's his name? Luchasaurus.
Hi
Jurassic Park, dude.
But we haven't seen him in like 3 months, so
He's been on TV every week.
What are you talking about?
he's been on TV
Hey.
every week the past 2 or 3 weeks. But before that, we hadn't seen him for several months. So
I'm so sorry. Before we go on, can you click on Dennis's comment there? Because he was telling Shane to spell it, but he misspelled spell.
spill it. Hey, spill it. Okay.
No, he's saying spiel like talk.
No.
No,
Well, you
Dennis.
spill
Sorry, Dennis.
SPILL the beans.
No, not spill. Spiel. Like it's quite a spiel you're talking about. Yeah, no, that's a squeal.
Squeal. I spill out.
Spiel it.
Brian Spilner.
Dennis.
House of Black is also the Chief's kiss, not the chef's kiss.
So good. Like,
Oh, he's out. He's out. Dennis, go to bed. Your mother is calling you. Look at Dennis. He's like, oh crap.
Jurassic Park dude. Haha. And Dennis says I wasn't going to point it out. So, but Christian Cage with Luchasaurus with a new mask.
Let's go, guys.
Thanks to
That's what he sounds like, by the way.
I'm assuming. I'm confused about Anna JAS. All right. So she was Anna JAS doing all sorts of stuff with JAS. And recently they keep announcing her that, but she's not coming out to any JAS stuff. She's just coming out as Anna J. So I feel like she's having they're not sure what to do with her now. But she's facing Julia Hart again. Julia Hart with the Black Mist. And Anna JAS's face several weeks back.
Does it say no holds barred?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep. House of Black,
Oh,
AEW World Trios Champion versus the Best Friends and Bandito.
Hey,
fantastic. What's the matter, Jonathan?
Well, not. I'll wait till we get to the next match. Or
He's like-
one of the other matches. There's something I want. Go ahead.
But there's house rules now. So house rules is where it's basically like
Like Ravens rules?
so House of Black
Similar concept. I mean, they have their own
Of course.
like 20 count. It was
there's a 20
like,
count
That's traditional.
like 4 or 5 different things they announced. I think.
and there's so it's 20 count. The challengers can also choose if they want to be no UDQ or not. Let's see what else.
Freebird rules?
I'm trying to remember what else they said.
Ah, well, there you go.
Open house challenge. Maybe that's what it is. Open house. So 20-second countouts, no rope breaks on submissions, and DQ is enforced, but the option to make it no DQ is always on the table.
Okay. Well, all right. It's going to be good.
But in this match, you have
Regardless.
AEW World Trios Championship with open house rules. Best Friends and Bandito versus House of Black. We will also hear from AEW Tag Team Champions FTR.
The best tag team in the world.
You have AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy versus Daniel Garcia for the AEW International Championship.
That was what I was talking. Did you see the clip from the Washington Nationals with
Yes.
Cassidy and Yuta and stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
God bless you, man.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
However, it was a very heel move for Orange Cassidy to cause. That was his first loss. The mascot was like 15-0.
Yeah.
It went 15-1.
He caused George Washington lose and let Thomas Jefferson win.
Oh,
And so we also have one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Bros with Ray Phoenix versus Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Claudio Castagnoli
that match is going to be absolutely fantastic.
at the Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah. And main event of the night is Kenny Omega versus John Moxley.
In the
So-
cage.
Ray
Still
Phoenix
cage.
match.
Still cage match,
The
yeah.
Ray Phoenix Claudio match is labeled as a double jeopardy match. What is that?
Where's that?
The Ray Phoenix Claudio match.
Double
Labeled as
jeopardy.
a double jeopardy.
I don't know.
That means, does that not mean winner takes titles?
That's what I thought. But
So would they?
What?
Claudio would get to pick a partner to be tag champs.
See, using all these fancy terms. But dude, Omega and Moxley, man, that whole feud's becoming like the feud. What? Are you able to find it? Crack the code. Oh, there it is. Winner receives a future title shot at the opponent's championship.
Oh,
Yo, that video that was playing under there, that's the stuff I used to download when I was a teenager. It's easy.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it was just like a little highlight video that popped up. But those were guys that I used to watch when I first broke in.
That's funny.
Shit, it was CZW.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Keith says, "Oh, wait. Let's back up." Dennis says, "House rules are so good." Brett says, "Oh shoot, I forgot about Ravens rules."
You're welcome, Brett.
Dennis says, "No rope breaks." Keith, the house always wins.
Right, sounds like Elliot.
House always wins. I mean, it's facts. So, Dennis again after Uso, sure. No, you can.
That was the FTR comment.
Yeah, FTR best tag team in the world.
Definitely.
7-star FTR.
Wait, definitely FTR.
Okay,
Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
Brett says best tag team ever. Have you ever seen Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner?
Get out.
And Keith also says can't wait for the main event tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be something special, man.
Yeah, got a pretty good show.
I did randomly see Buff Bagwell like a month ago.
Same.
He
How's
was
he look?
Great.
He looks.
Does he look buff?
Yeah, well, I mean, he looks
stuff.
like the stuff. Yeah,
It's good.
looks better than the last time I saw him.
He's
He-
cleaned up.
he-
He's cleaned up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Was-
clean.
Was he on
Very
part of-
Mr. Rogers-esque.
Oh, he doesn't look like quite like that anymore.
Yeah, it is.
Still?
Yeah.
He has to go T back?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he looks a little better. Was he under DDP?
I
Awesome.
believe so. Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. Yeah.
Awesome. Brett. That's a stupid comment, Brett.
Thoughts on this card?
I mean, it's everything to expect from Wednesday Night Dynamite, man. I mean, it's absolutely it's gonna be fantastic. It's no secret Wednesdays are probably like my most anticipated night of wrestling on TV.
Mine too. It's always weird. So I'm gone all day, all day Tuesday night from the family because we're here recording. And then I go to work Wednesday and I come home and the wife's like, "Oh, you're home. I missed you yesterday." And I'm like, "Oh, me and Trevor watching Dynamite." So I can pretty much go 2 days without seeing her.
Yes, Elliot.
Yeah, so
Good nudge there. Let's talk about that.
in case you haven't been paying attention, AEW
Or
all
living under a rock.
Correct.
not the Rock, but a Rock.
Finally.
AEW All In
Mm.
at Wembley Stadium
Mm-hmm.
in the United Kingdom is showing over 60,000 ticket sales so far.
It's over 70 now.
Oh, is it?
It's over 70,000 tickets.
That's another place like wrestling's so huge. Like even the indie shows over there are drawing thousands.
That's IWC, right?
Well, no, IWC's in Scotland, but like
Still-
Progress.
Yeah.
So what?
I said just IWC is so good.
Yeah, IWC is good. Like Progress and stuff like that. Like they're drawing what was it? 1PW just ran again, and they ran back in like the early 2000s, and they ran another show a couple weeks ago or whatever, and it was like a couple thousand people.
So
Who
why?
won their championship? It's somebody I know.
Osprey.
Oh, it was Osprey.
Well,
I think so.
WWE went there recently with the Clash at the Castle show, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why don't they go there more often? I mean,
Cardiff?
obviously we know wrestling is hot there. So why don't they go there more often?
If they go there all the time, it won't be as
No, but
an
like
attraction. Do you think?
WWE hasn't been to since old Wembley Stadium since SummerSlam '92, right? So you're
Yeah.
talking
For what? For a pay per view?
yeah,
Well, no,
SummerSlam.
they used to do. They
did Clash at the Castle there,
Yeah, but they
or
used to
in
do like the
Cardiff, wherever that was, Wales.
Attitude Era into like late 99s. They used to do
The
like,
in-your-house shows?
Yeah, they would do like in your house pay per views and stuff over there.
But Wembley, they haven't done since '92.
Right.
So there's an interesting. I mean, he did Revenge Tour, WrestleMania Revenge Tour.
So
Every time they go there, it's a huge hit. Every single time.
did y'all catch that last night
What's that?
on WWE? So
Petty? You mean Petty?
oh yeah. I sent something in the chat which just said, "Oh, WWE's so petty." So we've all heard
AEW's been the talk.
about AEW's been the talk about 60, 70,000 in Wembley. And, just been hearing about that. Well, last night, it was before one of the matches or before a promo or something. You see WWE European tour, United Kingdom sold out, Paris, France sold out, and there was another place sold out, and WWE European tour sold out, and then
They just subtle shots.
yeah, so just subtle shots. I was just like, oh man, come on, dude. Like they weren't even talking about the European tour, but like that was just a quick snippet and promo video in there. I was just like, oh.
So we kind of talked about wrestling in general being hot right now. Like, I mean, all the companies, the crowds. So one that we touched base on it with Backlash, but then looking at the seating chart for All In, like I like WWE. You talked about the side of the bleachers being the LED ramp, but both that layout and then the way that the AEW All In layout looks like, there's not going to be a lot of glitz and glamour, Titantrons. Like it's all crowd, and if you can sell it out, I think that makes for a much better show and visual than having a 100-foot.
And WWE's done really well with that in the baseball stadiums they've been in. Where in a lot of the football stadiums, for the really big shows, I feel like they make way too much of their set up the entryway, where they could capitalize if they said going long ways. And Ethan, you've talked about this whenever we've had to set up different places, just instead of having the orientation of the entryway going long ways, have it going across short ways, like we kind of like Camden is now set up. So I just feel like that if WWE did that with their bigger shows, they'd capitalize on space for sure.
It's like when they do the garden and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
that's always iconic, like when they walk out under the
like
crowd and stuff like that.
10 feet of entrance ramp.
Yep.
It's completely off topic, but Ring of Honor came across my phone. Did you see what they announced yet? They just announced 30 minutes ago. So they came across and said, watch Ring of Honor, Honor Club TV Thursday at 7. They announced a whole card. Can I share it quick?
Yeah.
So Athena versus Sky Blue, Samoa Joe versus Blake Christian, Anthony Henry with JD Drake versus AR Fox, Ninja Mac and Willie Mac, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams and Rhett Titus, Mark Briscoe and Shane Taylor, Sonny Kiss, Jeeves K, Slim J, and Josh Woods versus the Dark Order, Adam Priest, Lucky Ali, and Victor Benjamin versus the Embassy, the Infantry versus the Righteous, Kyle Fletcher versus Tony Deppen, and Burt Vixen and Robin Renegade.
I'll tell you who else showed up recently on a Ring of Honor taping. New Japan Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh my God, dude! This gives me chills, man. Just seeing Anthony Henry and Ring of Honor with JD Drake behind him, that's just amazing to see, man. And hits close to home. That's exciting to see.
Dude, I trained with Fox in Atlanta.
Oh, so good.
That dude's a machine.
So good.
Like it's insane how good he is.
Dude, he like doesn't stop.
Never has, never will. Like it's crazy.
So good, man.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
It's amazing to see the guys that have been around for a long time just get better with age.
Slim J.
Another one, better with age. Caprice Coleman's another one, better with age.
Like a fine wine.
I mean, it's true, man. Just to see
We're like
people,
Drake and Henry, man. I mean, they've been around.
they're better 20
years
plus.
You know,
Fantastic.
Which, by the way, if you still haven't caught
You saw that. It was fantastic, right?
I listened to it. It was good.
Drake's just a good dude, man.
Absolutely.
Like he's always looked out for me. Like he was my first match ever.
Wow.
He's looked out for me every day of my career.
I love hearing his bowling and softball stories.
He's good at both.
Yeah, I know.
Very
Well,
good
that's
at
what I'm
both.
saying.
I beg to differ on
What?
the JD Drake thing, because you sent a video where you were like, hey, this is for Jonathan and Elliot. And then Drake's like, I still don't like you guys.
Drake. Where was that at? Chicago?
So y'all don't know. No. It wasn't Chicago because we were together in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of Chicago,
Might have been at Title Belt.
yeah, it was Title Belt. When y'all went to Title Belt, you was like, hey, look who's here. He's like, yeah, I don't like y'all.
Oh, yeah. That was before we all took ownership, too. But
Yeah.
long before. What
But,
did you say now?
But
Chicago.
No, I was saying. Speaking of Drake, we were on Chicago for all
He was
Out.
a wingman.
Yeah, he was with a wingman, and I'm like, I FaceTime Asher, and I'm like, hey Ash, look who's with me. He's like, JD Drake. And he's like, yeah, your daddy doesn't like you. If he loved you, he'd have brought you here with him.
Poor Ash is like, what? Dad, is it true?
See you later.
I was like, and that's all. That's enough.
Thanks, Drake.
Don't meet your heroes.
Dang, I was really just about to talk about how when they come around, they're like so inspirational. And like, and then I hear this.
He said it to my son. He was laughing and stuff the whole time.
Son was 6 at the time.
Yeah, but he was really good guy. He's a really good guy. Really nice to us. Talked to us a good bit while we were on Chicago and stuff, and even when we was working and stuff. But catching back up on comments, Brett says Buff was always clean. He got tested before every new video. Dennis says the mix of Ray and Claudio should be a good match. Also says Ospreay's home turf, talking about Wembley. Crowns up. Brett says need a European Championship again. Yeah, I said it.
Dude, I'm going out on a
They
limb.
just got rid of it.
I'm going on a limb. Elliot, I think you agree. I think Drew Galloway's on his way to
So I read
AEW.
I read today his contract's not up till 2024.
It may be, 2020, that's a popular year. I don't know, man. I think he's on his way.
I read that today. I think Fightful released that. But Dennis also said Kyle Fletcher.
Facts.
He's part of the United Empire, right?
Yeah, we know.
Hey, so I've told these guys I'm a fan of United Empire, especially the tag team, Kyle Fletcher and I never got the other guy's name.
It's because you're not around Dennis 24/7.
Well, touche.
That's true.
Dennis also mentioned Kyle Fletcher's a really nice guy. Met him up in DC.
And see, that's the thing. He legitimately, like, I know for Dennis that was really exciting because, like, working these New Japan shows, like, they're not just like, oh, hello, these guys. Like, they're meeting them and like actually getting to hang out with them and stuff. And just to already be kind of making those connections and those memories like this young in his career, like, it's awesome. Did you think about it? That Ring of Honor card that you read off, there was 3 people that have been in PCW on that.
Drake,
Lucky,
Henry,
But-
Lucky. No,
It was Drake, Henry, and Slim J.
Slim J.
Oh yeah,
Because he was in the first classic.
I like Lucky. Slim J.
yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
That was the one time.
Mhm. Yep.
Buster.
But you never know who you're gonna see.
Buster.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
I like Slim J, man. So he's been around a long time too.
Mhm.
Anarchy. Goes back to Anarchy
remember
days.
You were with him
Or longer.
a couple years ago when he got hurt pretty bad,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Was that a leg injury?
It was a back injury. Yeah.
Back?
Same thing I had.
Mm.
Same exact thing. That's not the same guy.
We mentioned Ospreay just a minute ago. Oh, before we go there, Stephanie Moat Belton, FY, you all are amazing, and I love what y'all are doing. Hopefully, I can make the June show. Stephanie, I'm pretty sure we discussed that you will be in town this Saturday because you're going to be back on the 11th.
Yeah,
So
she's making an excuse to not show up on a Mother's Day weekend show.
well, you're a mom. You can make that decision.
Hashtag no excuses.
Picks for mom. Dennis says, dude, Aussie Open is another level.
Facts.
Elliot became my favorite.
Dennis, go to bed.
Just kidding.
It's showtime, folks!
He's just from one sentence.
What did he say? What did you say? What did you say?
So I mentioned I like United Empire.
Oh, well. All right, well, I can't disagree.
What I was going to say, we mentioned Will Ospreay, and I made this bold declaration last week.
Listen to this one, Ethan. It's a good one.
That I believe Sean Legacy has the potential to become just as big as Will Ospreay over in Noah.
Have y'all seen his matches?
Yes.
Did you watch the 8-man?
I
Did you
watched
watch the last one?
Was that the one against Anthony Green?
No,
I watched the 6-man. Yeah, I watched
there's an 8-man.
I haven't seen the 8-man
It's
yet.
on YouTube, and it's 2 of the Lucha guys, him and Kurt Stallion.
No, I did. Yes, that was it.
He does.
Yeah, so
And-
Alpha Wolf and
Yeah.
his brother.
Tiger Bane.
Yes.
They're so good. They're so good. And then GLG is really good too. So it's like
Good looking gents.
like truthfully, man, Sean's killing it.
I was like, he's not coming back. He's not coming back.
I don't think so. I mean, like, if he does, he'll definitely go back. Like,
Quick.
he was telling me, so they have very like set rules about like what they can and can't do, especially like selling merchandise and stuff like that. So, he got like his first call to go do like autographs and stuff, and he was like, I walked in there with like 50 or 68 by 10s, and I sold out. And he's like, I had a line from his, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a whole nother level.
yeah, and he's only had like 5 matches there. So,
Crazy.
and you know, like the thing with Sean too, man, is every match that he has, we video right after it, and we break it down and we talk about stuff he can work on and this and the other, man. And like, he's still like being a student while he's over there, which is amazing.
Another incredible human being.
Yeah.
Well, and that kind of gave me that idea. Okay, yeah, they're looking at him as a big thing.
Mhm.
Is he was the last one announced for his team, and they were the last team announced in the 8-man.
Yeah,
They were announced after the junior heavyweight tag team champions.
Did you guys see the like documentary thing they put together for him from Noah?
Keith. Oh,
No.
Yo, yeah.
Noah put one together. They filmed one over there, and it has like a 3-minute workout montage in it, and I lost it. I was like, man, this is everything Sean's ever dreamed of is just having a workout montage. But like, even in that video, like Marufuji speaks so highly of Sean. You know, Marufuji's like the top guy there. I think he's VP of Noah. So like, you know, the office is behind him too, which is just going to help him.
Yep. I mean, they call him a real life superhero.
What did he say about him? Big in all the right places. What did he
He's got big body parts.
big body. Oh, that's big. Like that. I was like, oh, yeah, there it is.
All his body parts are big or something like that. I was like,
okay. All right.
Translation was
Where's he wrestling at right now, Shane?
Huh?
Where's he wrestling at right now?
Noah?
Where's that located?
Japan?
Oh.
Japan.
Japan.
I was like, is this a trick question? Like, what is he trying to do? Japan. I don't know why I said that.
Dennis said, I mean, Ospreay is the best in the world. Sean's going to be one of the best wrestlers to come out of the Carolinas. He corrected himself. And Dennis, Dante says, D'Angelo and I had a good conversation Saturday and spoke about Sean killing it. Yeah, I mean, he's and we talked about this, I believe, before when last show Ethan was on with us about how Sean was someone who had trained, who had been wrestling for a minute, came and saw Ethan.
Ethan broke him down.
Ethan broke him down. Gave him obviously really, really good advice. Because we see now after you've trained him where he's ended up. So that's a testament to your training, what you see in people, as well as if you're willing to work at something, which I think D'Angelo, you're already able to attest to. If you're able to work at something, take constructive criticism, and apply it, the sky's the limit.
Most definitely.
I was gonna say you coming from the PWA and having Sean there, like what are your thoughts on what he's doing now?
Man, Sean's always had that competitive nature to him. Like I faced Sean the night after my debut, and like he treats it as if it's a competition. Like he's gonna make you work hard. Like you're not gonna get in the ring with Sean and go half speed. So like that's something I took from working with him, and I tried to apply that in every match I've had going forward. So like to see him out there showing out, like it's pretty cool.
And to think you're like, I was in the ring with that guy.
Right.
I can do that too.
Right.
Well, that's kind of like I tell these guys, man, like not every opportunity is a good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to shoot your shot.
Sure.
And it was kind of a off the wall opportunity that sounded like a money grab, and Sean took a shot on it, and now he's over in Japan.
Well, and went
3
there
months.
with someone who helped him shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Your best friend,
My best friend. Yep.
I was in California.
Chip Day.
Yeah, they went to San Francisco together. Yeah,
That's right.
Home with the
San
Birkenstock.
Jose. Yeah, it was. I can't remember if it was San Jose or San Francisco, but I can't.
Random.
What?
I said home of the Birkenstock.
Oh yeah.
And I just watched Jonathan's face just be
I
like,
was like, all right.
Ah,
Or like same thing. I mean, D'Angelo's took a chance with the WWN seminar, and it's kind of one of those things. Like some of this stuff, man, and a lot of people are afraid to do it, but you got to spend money to make money. And if you got a good opportunity to go do a seminar or a tryout, and you're going to go in the hole a couple $100, like it might be something that where you come out in the deep end. You know what I mean? So, like I tell these guys, like if it's worth it and we can verify that it's not like a money grab, let's go. And they go down there and they show out.
Also, shout out to my fiance Emmy if she's watching, because I did not want to drop that $100 weekend off, but she was like, "Nah, you're going."
wow.
So shout out to her, because like she pushes me to go when I don't want to go.
he that findeth a good wife is a good thing.
Yeah, sounds like a good support system.
I'm meant to ask you, have you so far in your 17 matches, have you had that moment in your brief career where it's just like, man, that was it. That's what I've been looking for.
I kind of have that moment, and I say this as humble as possible. I kind of have that moment after every match, because everybody I've worked so far has had immediate critique as soon as we got to the back. So like, I feel like, because they build me up, they tell me what I did right, and they tell me what I can work on, and then I apply that in the next match. Like if there's something I didn't hit spot on in the match before, the next match I'm gonna hit it perfect. And I'm like, that's where I have that moment where like, this is it.
Have you had, has there been something so far in, where it's like it's just been something that you've had a difficult time with executing, where there's been that that's it, that aha moment, where you may have struggled with it, but finally boom, you hit it, and now after that it's just like it's almost like thoughtless. It's something you don't even have to think about anymore.
We call it the light bulb moment.
Yeah.
At the school, and everyone has it, but like you can tell. And I remember yours too. Like it was I don't remember who you were wrestling. It was a singles though. And when we got done, I was like, how'd that feel? And you were like, that felt like it. And I was like, that was it. You know what I mean? And like you can tell just after that, their thought process and their work rate like changes. And then it's almost like instead of going through it as like drills, it becomes like a flow. And
it's like second nature.
Yeah.
It's just,
but the difference is my goal is to have them have that moment before they graduate.
Yeah.
Then they're not spending 10 years trying to find that moment. They're hitting the ground running. So
honestly, and he's in the comments, but I really think that match was against Dennis.
It probably was. It was actually.
Because like the match ended, and like we both sat up and kind of like we're like, yo, we just did that. So
speaking of Dennis, he said Chip Day is like I say it all the time. So good, so smooth.
It really is.
Brett said my 6-year-old was ticked when I told her Sean wasn't going to be in Camden this Saturday. And Dennis says, hey, with D, he's a beast. More importantly, a brother. We push each other, so it's a big push coming from him showing out. Class 6 on top, baby.
Go to bed.
And Dennis also says, and it was like 10 minutes.
So
on top, baby.
It's not Dennis commenting, but like if I need you just to narrate all of his social media stuff that he does.
I can do that.
Like,
make some TikToks.
We'll just do a weekly video. And it's just a breakdown of all of Dennis's comments on Facebook.
I'm going to troll his Facebook.
So it's funny because I actually reached out to Tracy Myers several weeks back because he always posts the old Frank Myers commercial stuff that people send him. I was like, hey, a question. Would you be okay narrating them and like just post them to social media and tagging you in them? He's like, no, not at all. Go for it. So that's on my to-do list.
Nice.
Of things to do.
I really like Tracy, man.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy.
He's always been super nice to me. So
because I'll see him, and I normally go to the end just to see if someone left a name, or if I can tell if it's a man or a woman or whatever. Because immediately I'll start reading it, and I'll start reading it in that voice.
I really want it to happen now.
So we'll see. I may have to try one out before we close up tonight. Let's see here. Dennis again.
Still awake.
I remember because my fam was there. A special moment that night. For real. Fur.
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 Reels.
Fur.
It's way past his bedtime.
What else, guys?
Yes, gonna be so tired in Spanish 2 tomorrow or whatever.
What grade is he? Senior?
He's senior, yeah.
Senior?
Better be graduating, or he ain't gonna be wrestling.
Oh yeah, you only got a couple more weeks.
Hey, teach. What's holla mean? That's hola. Oh,
Spell it.
God. Spill it.
spill it.
Oh, D's got 5 days left. All right, let's go.
Left with 3 T's.
Left. You got to stutter at the end. Left.
Just proficient at snake jazz.
Oh man.
So off topic, we all caught the Mario movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I finally saw it Sunday.
We're all caught up.
Did you see it?
Nah, not yet.
Are you gonna see it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Suck,
see it.
D'Angelo.
I'm gonna see
You suck, dude.
it. Sorry, man.
You freaking suck. What is wrong with you? What kind of trainer are you, Ethan?
Well,
Cheers. Cheers. I love you.
so scale 1 to 10, boys, without any spoiler free. Winburn, let's go with you.
You're the IMDb guy.
It's above a 7.
I'd say 7.5.
Yeah, it's up there.
I get it.
I thought it was so no spoiler free because D'Angelo, obviously, y'all paying attention, has not seen it. I think so.
Cover your ears, D.
No, we won't spoil
Put your
it.
fingers
Are you
in
going
your
to
ears.
spoil it?
Huh?
You're not going to spoil it.
Maybe.
So positive.
He's honest.
Positive takeaways I'm going to say from the movie. Jack Black as Bowser was fantastic.
Name one thing Jack Black hasn't been good in.
I can't
Because
he is low key
Nacho Libre.
fantastic.
First of all,
he is our Chris Farley.
Do not joke about Nacho Libre, bro.
Asher will kill you. He's our Chris Farley.
Mhm.
Facts. He is a genius. Every role he touches is really good. So the I don't know, not the word scenery. What's the word? The way it made it look like the Mario world was
Oh yeah, it was great.
beautiful. And all the throwbacks, all the little, I don't want to say goose eggs.
Easter eggs, all the goose eggs.
I always say
Talk
all
to
the
me,
goose
goose.
eggs. Talk to me, goose. Easter eggs were fantastic. I loved it. I thought it was everything it was going to be. Yeah, I loved it. Definitely a 7. I could 7.3, 7.2, somewhere in that range.
It might be closer to an 8. It's in between 7.5 and an 8 for me.
Ballsy.
Before we continue, shout out to Michael Smith. I work with Michael. He's also good friends with Brett Seats. Looks like he might be coming to his first PCW show. Bro, I haven't watched wrestling in years. I need to come check y'all out. Brett Seats is going to make that happen. Great show, by the way. Mike,
Can't wait to have you.
hey, I'll shoot you a message tomorrow at work, bro.
The owners are pretty cool.
2/3 of it.
Dennis said, yeah, me and
You
Shane
know
are pretty good.
The third.
Sorry.
He's like, I remember that.
Dennis said 10 just for that song.
Facts.
Keith says, love the Mario movie. And Dennis says, hey, Shy Guy, the best character in Mario Kart.
I thought you were talking about Jonathan.
Shy guy.
That's showtime. Come on.
Oh,
Can't be Shy
I
Guy.
get it.
Shot time, folks.
Ethan, you seem like you had something to say about Mario.
Oh no, I loved it, man. So I have this thing like, and I kind of do it with wrestling too. Like, I don't watch anything with a precursor. So like, people are like, I've seen people actually complain about the Mario movie and like, oh, well, they didn't do this and this was in the game. Don't do it for that. That's not what that's for. Like, it's literally for you to watch on its own. You know what I'm saying? So like, even if it's like a series that adapts from like a book to a movie and people like freak out that it's not exactly the same, like, don't watch it for that. It's not for that. It's for you to get a different experience, right? So for the Mario movie, for me, like, I took the kids for my 2 middle kids to like sit down for 90 minutes. 10.
Wow.
Movie's a 10. Like, it was so good. And like, there were the little moments in there that tickled me just because I've played Mario my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that, like, I think that's kind of like the cool thing about like what we do at the school too, is like we watch wrestling as fans. We don't watch it as like, oh, we're in the business.
That's right.
you know, it's a fun time. That's what it's supposed to be. So like if you lose sight of that, you're screwed. And I kind of feel the same way with movies, man. Like I really enjoyed that Mario movie, like a lot.
So it's funny you say that because I ask people all the time because they'll talk junk about wrestling, but they'll go and watch the Avengers. I'm like, wait a second, you do realize this? It's literally the same thing.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Robert
a
Downey Jr.
small
is a great
small
work punch
detail I'll
brother.
take away from the Mario movie was like the angles, the way it was shot. Like at some points, it would look like the video game. It was the angle of the video game, and like watching him do whatever he was doing, jumping or whatever. It was pretty cool.
The
Small
Mario
things,
the
man,
Mario
small
Kart
things.
scene was for me was
Rainbow
amazing.
Road.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
great.
That was my favorite part. Was all the Easter eggs,
yes.
like tiebacks to everything. But I will say, you were talking about it. So when the movie started, I went and saw it by myself. I went to watch Guardians, but I didn't have anything to do, so I just went early and I watched Mario before I watched Guardians.
Must be nice.
But when the movie started, the
Free
first like,
weekends.
bing, you know, like
Oh,
sound,
the
I
coin.
immediately just like wanted to leave the theater and go play Mario.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going home to play Mario. But then, you know, it was like 6 hours
think-
by the time I got home.
Even before that, it was that part where the star with Bowser. I was like, oh, God, this is gonna be good.
Well, and I loved Chris Pratt as Mario.
Yeah,
I absolutely loved him.
Did pretty
I
good.
love Charlie Day as Luigi.
Yes.
Charlie Day's so underrated too. Another one.
He like talk screams.
That's
I don't know how to explain it. Like he always sounds like he's yelling even when he's just talking.
I always refer to Dave Foster as Charlie Day.
That would be who I would think of.
They are one in the. I'm pretty sure they're the same person.
So it's funny. I never really understood like Luigi's personality until Luigi's Mansion, the video game.
Yeah.
And then like when I watched the movie, I was like, holy crap. Yep, that's definitely it. He's afraid of everything.
Yeah.
Think,
pretty much.
I think of what's the one Horrible Bosses with Charlie Day.
Oh, yep.
I just see Dave's face every time. No, guys, no.
I'm in
That's
that situation right now.
just Dave Foster all the time.
And-
Oh, that's funny.
Got him.
Well, I hope I'm not Jennifer Aniston to you.
No. What?
You know.
What's
Uh-huh.
Kevin Spacey?
Oh, that's awful. Oh, you son of a he tries to kill him. Great.
That's not talking about horrible. Like Jason Sudeikis, I like anything he's into.
Sudeikis is
Ready for you to watch Ted Lasso?
I am.
Horrible
I'm so
Bosses.
ready to watch Ted Lasso. I finally got.
I listened to Jeff
Comcast
Jarrett's
hooked up.
podcast for you. Now you got to watch Ted Lasso.
Deal. I have that same deal with Paul Lasher too about Ted Lasso.
JD. Shaheem Diggs.
Jaheim
Jim.
Diggs.
Jimbo.
PC Dub, a referee. Amazing last show, by the way. Brett says, perfect example, 99.999% of the people that watched Rob Zombie's Monsters hated it.
It sucked.
I haven't seen it yet.
It was awful.
Dennis also says the watch parties are always wild. Everyone goes home with no voice. Brett says Avengers are real.
I believe it.
Ted Lasso is the best show on the planet.
Never seen it.
Michael says, my question has always been if they're the Mario brothers, is it Mario and Luigi Mario?
I am at a loss of words.
That's a fair point.
It's a very fair
That's a
point.
very fair point.
You just ruined my childhood, man. Jesus.
Oh,
Like, I don't.
Christ Jesus! Christ!
where's Chris Baldwin?
Huzzah!
Who's that? Dennis says, who is Ted Lasso? Okay, go to bed.
Good point, Dennis.
Um,
I'm Googling that,
Brett,
Mike.
Brett tells Mike he's awful.
That is
and
amazing.
Dante, watch the Jason Sudeikis SNL montage after last week's show.
Nice. See, synchronicity.
That's right.
But that's actually how maybe not Saturday Night Live. Sudeikis did like a skit for
Guys,
football, like pro NFL
This is
football or
beautiful.
something as Ted Lasso. It was
Oh,
just a
really?
skit, and then it turned into like they
Shut
were
up.
like, "Oh, this is fantastic."
gonna
Like, we
believe
gotta
this.
go.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
great.
you're not gonna believe this. It says Mario and Luigi's full name is Luigi Mario and Mario.
Shut up.
I kid you not.
It's not
It is.
It's me, Mario.
Mario.
I am.
Oh no, Mr. Mario was my dad.
I'm Mr. Mario.
You have got to be
God.
kidding me. My life is ruined. My childhood is ruined.
Could you imagine growing up being Jonathan?
No, I can't.
No, I'd rather not.
No, that's like the former
Then
Clemson
my
football
initials
player.
would be JJ. No,
Like Jeff Jarrett.
Former Clemson football player's name was Ajoa Joe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right.
I'm at a loss. Thanks, Mike.
Man, it's really Mario.
Welcome to the show. Oh, please come inside.
The intro
What?
for ladies and gentlemen, boom. That's the intro for PCW now. Saliva. Come on. Y'all know that. Like you don't.
Don't act like you don't know.
So is Mario the brother's last name? That would make Mario's full name Mario, and it would make Luigi's name Luigi Mario. It's a little Koopa Kooky, but it's exactly the choice that was made in the 1993 movie Super Mario Brothers, which Bob Hoskins played Mario and John Leguizamo played Luigi Mario.
Such a bad one.
I hate my life.
did they call them that in the movie?
Might have been in the credits. Might have been in the credits. How it was billed.
It's me, Mario.
John Leguizamo, Luigi Mario. Oh, man, that's horrible.
I hate this.
What a horrible way to end the show.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you next week.
Oh.
Sound like Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy.
But no, I did watch Guardian, so I mean, I know I'm the only one here. We'll end on a different note. I'm the only one here that's seen it, right?
Yeah.
I know y'all haven't. It was good. It was a
Thanks.
Now,
very fitting way because Gunn's out. I mean, he's in DC now. He's not. This was his last Guardians movie, and they kind of wrapped up their storyline in a good way. It felt more like a James Gunn movie than it did a Marvel movie, which was nice.
Brett says, "Hi, you messed them all up, Mike. Best adaptation ever." Mike says, "I ruined the show. Sorry." Nah,
Not the show.
It just causes us to go
My
deep.
childhood.
Yeah,
You
we-
ruined my childhood.
Yeah,
it goes way deeper than the show.
Yeah.
Hey, so would you say?
Mario Kart?
I mean, there's been several pundits, I'll say, who've said that it's the best Guardian jet.
It's
Yeah.
better. It was better than 2 for sure.
Yeah.
First one holds a
I would
special
say the
place.
first,
But
yeah, but it was close.
wait a
I
minute.
mean,
I got one question. This is it. Simple.
Do you feel lucky?
Punk? No. CM Punk? No laugh. The soundtrack. Was the soundtrack good?
not as good as the first one, but it was still good.
I feel like it has to be.
But
It has to be.
No, it really is good. But there's
was the soundtrack better than Love and Thunder?
Okay, first of all, Love and Thunder was fantastic.
No, soundtrack.
The movie was
And
opening
so
scene.
I will say the soundtrack.
The opening scene.
was
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
I will say the soundtrack's fantastic,
Elliot
but
hated
it's
it.
different than what you would think because of the way the story unfolds. So I can't give away too much.
All right. Well, I'll be back in a month when Jonathan will be on episode 24 of My World with Jeff Jarrett. And
I thought it was.
I have watched or I have listened to. I'm almost done with episode 12. So it went from I committed to 4.
That's
and then
fantastic.
you were hooked.
300%. There you go. Good job.
100%.
I think Ethan did it strategically though, because episode 4 was episode 4 stopped like right before I teased it, and then that was the part. It was like ownership of PCW and stuff. It was like I was like, okay, well now I have to listen to the next couple episodes, and then I'm a big Tennessee Titans fan, so when I finished the TNA run, they were like, oh, in 2 weeks we're going to talk about how the Titans saved TNA, and I was like, well, I gotta listen to that.
Are you happy that WrestleMania is coming to Tennessee?
I will probably be there.
That's almost confirmed.
Which looks awesome.
fantastic. It's supposed to open in 2027, so this might be one of the first events that's held at the stadium.
Capacity 80, 82.
70, 80, something like that.
So real quick. So the thing with the Jarrett podcast, that'll get you. And if you committed to the 4, the first episode is a run and gun story. Everybody want to know about the hold up events, right? That's what gets you in. The second episode is about his relationship with Owen Hart,
Emotional.
and it completely humanizes him.
I will say that it was done in a very good way. That
Overly respectful for the situation that he was in.
That was a part. Well, I mean, like
He had to cut
as
that
as a
promo that
as a
night.
character, I still like
Right?
yeah.
He was up
right
next,
after he
right?
was like
So-
up
so
next.
they
were
He didn't
coming
know.
out.
He didn't know.
They were best friends.
Yeah.
Like, they always got dressed together, blah, blah, blah. Well, Owen went out for his match. And then he said, all right, well, I got like 12, 15 minutes. So I start putting my boots on for Jeff. And they're like, hey, there was an accident. You got to cut a promo now. And they literally put him in front of the camera and he watches them wheel Owen by him.
Oh my God. He talks about that.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was a.
And then they play the promo that he cut because he had to cut it live.
It was with
and then
Deborah.
he had,
Was it with Deborah?
I don't remember if it was Deborah or not, but like he had to go right out after that and work a match and had no update on Owen and stuff.
So he said he had no update, but he was talking about the match, and he said the ring was like you could feel it. He was like, like walking. He was like it was soft, like it was the boards and stuff were broken, and he was like that was the moment that I guess it kind of sunk in. But he had to wrestle the whole match like out
So
there.
awful,
It was.
man.
They had to finish the show.
That's a whole other topic, but that was
Yeah.
Brett said that episode crushed him. Hearing the sincerity of that man talking about his friend.
Yeah.
He also mentioned Deborah was with him during that promo.
And that's kind of,
two in a million.
That's kind of a thing too. Like, I'm sorry, Shane, go ahead. You have 2 minutes?
two in a million times. I'm right.
People don't really realize this, man, but like, we go around and do these shows. You get really close to these people. Those guys, like, they're the only ones they see. So like with the indies, like I can be in 12 different locker rooms in a month and see different people and still see the core people, but like they're together every single week. It's just like people, like you go to your office or whatever and do your job. Like you see these people all the time. You start getting close to them and you build these relationships, and then we have to go on TV and pretend not to like each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's an art to that, but like there's this, you kind of forget like watching that they're people.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people on TV right now that I've wrestled in front of 8 people. Right. Like it's crazy, but like building those relationships with these people now and then seeing them go into these huge things, it's amazing. Like just to know like the humanized side of wrestling that doesn't get talked about because everybody's so worried about kayfabe, whatever the hell that means. And it's like,
Is that a thing?
yeah, apparently. And, it's kind of hard to forget that, like,
Don't take pictures of people you work with.
jeez, I hate that. That's so stupid.
Xbox spoke out against that,
take
by the
pictures
way.
of everybody. My Lyle has always been so big on that. He like take pictures of everybody because you're not going to remember this one day. You can't remember everything. So, just the other side of this as performers is, like I hate when people like if they're like a heel on a show and they go out to their table and they're just like a prick to fans. Like, Robert Downey Jr. doesn't go off a set and just like start kicking people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're a human after
It's
this.
not the 80s anymore.
Yeah, these people are here for this experience. And like for a lot of these kids too, man, like they look at us like superheroes. And that's wild to me. Like as someone who has kids and like I can see my kids react to like
Well, you mentioned it about Erica last show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Erica and Lily. Sterling's that way with D'Angelo and Dennis. Like it's so cool to him
Idolizes
that
them.
these people come and hang out with him at the house, but then he gets to watch them wrestle, and or like, guys like Drake and Henry and Chip and all these guys that have been around my kids since day one, and now they get to watch them on TV and this and the other. Like these are real people that are involved in our lives that we're getting to watch have this huge success, and like not as performers, but as humans, loving these people and watching them just go and do the best thing that they can do it's like so heartwarming for me as a person.
Just want to point out that I've had some of the best training matches in my career with Sterling.
That's true. Sterling's a
Just
workhorse,
saying.
boy.
Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say you were talking about like working with these people and being close. One of my favorite moments of the Jeff Jarrett podcast happened. I still don't like Jarrett, but it happened in the episode I'm currently listening to because he's talking about like his first run in WWF, and he's talking about riding with Brett or riding with Sean and Scott Hall and stuff like that. And he's like, and then Conrad's like, so the clique, and he was like, well, it was before the clique, and he like, but the whole thing is he's like, we're all boys, but it was essentially like Jarrett. I mean, it was true, but it was like he had placed himself in the clique, and Conrad was like, dang, Jarrett, he was like, you don't put yourself in the Four Horsemen, the NWO. He was like, now you're trying to put yourself in the clique. It was like, as somebody that doesn't like Jeff Jarrett, it was just funny to hear.
You know why though?
What?
Like why he would do that?
They would do what?
If you're in the car with the most successful people in the company, you're going to be successful.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, I
It's-
mean,
it's
the
brilliant.
stories were good. It was just
That's
funny
great.
because like when you think the click, Jarrett's not.
You don't think
included,
Jarrett. Yeah.
but he was talking about it like pre-click. He was
Same thing with Horseman.
He was
You don't
in,
think
he was
Jarrett,
in
but
the,
he
he was in
was.
the group, and then Conrad was like, "You just put yourself in all these groups." But
Yeah.
smart business.
So, let's see. Keith said, "I love Jeff Jarrett's podcast. The on episode really hit me hard." Brett says, "Wait, pretend."
Mhm.
Talking about kayfabe.
Yeah.
Brett also said, "Next thing you're going to tell me is Santa Claus isn't real."
I'll never tell you that.
Michael says, "Brett, he's hosting with this show with Santa Claus." It's facts.
That's
true.
good.
Dennis says Sterling's my dog. Brett says Sterling is the man, and Brett also said NWO 2000 for life, baby.
There it is.
But another reminder, real quick. This Saturday, May 13th, VIP at 6, general admission 6:30. Bell time is at 7. PCW.ticketspice.com/Faces of the Future for tickets to PCW Faces of the Future presented by Northeast Well and Irrigation. Ethan, what's something that you normally do to make sure you have enough like energy and stuff for showtime? Like what do you do for prep?
For Showtime?
Get laid.
For not for showtime, but to make sure
Sorry,
that,
boys. I just don't know what's
that you got enough energy come bell
D.
time and all that.
Get
on
that
show
D.
day.
Oh, sorry. That's twice, boys. See,
I don't know. My show days are different now. I don't have to do anything.
Well, I can tell you what we do.
What-
We normally go to Revolution Nutrition, where community and nutrition meet. Located in Camden, South Carolina, in the heart of Dusty Bend, they offer healthy protein shakes and iced coffees, energizing herbal teas, olive refreshers, kid-friendly drinks, and positive vibes. Head on over and mention Low Down for 10% off your order.
that's what we do.
Is that the tea place?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That place is great.
Yes.
Yeah, so-
Hey, Ethan.
Tell
you like
us.
sweet or sour? I don't know. Shane, you pick. Okay, here
Yeah.
you go. Oh, that's too sweet.
It was good, though. It was just too sweet for me.
That's what you say.
I tell them that all the time. I was like, I've never had a bad tea, but I've had ones I wouldn't have again. I'm gonna try them all. But
There's been one I haven't tried.
Ooh, what's an aloe refresher?
it's got no caffeine.
No caffeine
It's
in the
kids-
aloe
Kids
refresher?
drink. It's kids drink.
Oh, no thanks.
So
Did they have it with added caffeine?
that would be a loaded tea.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. You've had one.
There's one I haven't tried.
Has it got pickle juice?
Yes, that's
Oh, there it is. It's got pickle juice. By the
What
way,
you have against pickles?
So,
All right, no, what is it about pickles, man? What's wrong?
so hey,
It's a
Jonathan.
whole nother story.
Hey,
my
Jonathan.
God.
Somebody to tell you. So, we ordered food the other day, and your sandwich came with a pickle, like rubbed up all against, rubbed up all against the bun, and I opened.
Christ Jesus.
Christ Jesus!
I opened it up and I, grabbed it. And just
I know.
I didn't do that as a kid. It did come with a pickle though.
No, God!
Somebody else told me they took it.
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Ricky gave you up.
Ricky Ricardo. Well, boys,
boys, it's that time.
it's been a good
Couple
night.
days.
Dante says pickles and tequila. Thank me later.
Amen, brother.
That's two of the things that John hates more than anything in
Throw
this
some
world.
Pepsi in there and I'm
Pickles.
out.
Pickles, Pepsi, and tequila. Guys, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Be sure to catch us in Camden, South Carolina.
Go back to the comments.
Uh-oh.
Brett seats. He's out of control.
Brett says they rubbed their pickle over your bun.
You made us had to stop the outro.
Brett, it's a school night.
yeah.
You better go to bed.
There it is.
Try this again. No more pickles rubbing buns or tequila.
No more in the rear.
That's right. Yeah, no more. No more
Oh,
D'Angelo
God.
in our rear.
That
in our
opens.
rear.
Your rear, not our rear.
No, that was Shane. Anyways, guys, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Be sure to catch us this Saturday at the Old Armory in Camden, South Carolina. PCW.ticketspice.com/Faces of the Future to get your tickets. It's going to be an amazing show. As always, use promo code Lowdown for the companies we mentioned. And be sure to join us next week, Tuesday night, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And follow us at Low Down Popcast on all social media outlets. As always, my name is Elliot.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Jonathan.
And joining us tonight are our special guests, Ethan Case and the muscle of Palmetto Wrestling Academy, D'Angelo. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you this weekend. And as always, guys, let's keep it popping.